What's up, Vipers? We are coming in hot here. Arena Draft Tournament, North America. First kill going through right as I begin recording here. Dropping in hot as always. So we got Spade Storms, Jang, Pamu, and Dingo lining up against Game Over Krillo, Quiz, and Lord Vader here in a heated arena battle. Lord Vader is in. So this is best of one. Every round matters here. Kill traded as Spade Storms. Oh, Krillo goes in as well. Big damage out. Krillo is taken out. Spade Storms blasting on that Krista. Pamu gonna get traded back here. Game over at one as well. Gonna get taken out. So now 2v1 Quiz. Last one left on the Eva. Gonna be a big ask on this support champion, but he's gonna stand those wisps. Gonna try to force the res here. Sorry guys, my settings are like wonking out. All right, Quiz on 1 HP, gets the orb out, playing around it, wants the other one, they're nuking it. And time up here as Red takes the round. All right, so I joined the wrong lobby. I was supposed to be rolling with Game Over and Magical, but they are in a different lobby. And so we are catching this hype lobby. Let's go over on the other platform here as round 2 kicking off. Damage trading over the middle platform here. Lord Vader looking for the flank on the Jewel. I love seeing the Jewel pick up. Looks in and out. We saw the buff to the ultimate. Sort of buff, sort of like a transfer where it's now shorter to cast, but also you get to hover for less time. So a little adjustment to the Jewel ultimate. Lord Vader going to be looking to put it to use here. Big Zeph combo coming through from Pamu onto Krillo. Same time, Lord Vader goes in the bottom, deletes Jang on the Saros. Myth Rain coming out, putting big damage. Not quite as much as it did before this recent patch, but still doing work. Red looking to recover here in the 3v4 as Blue takes position, going to go for bonfire control. Let's take a look at the comp here. Myth, Felix, Jewel, Eva lining up against a Ghost, Zeph. Looks like Pamu is going to get the res through here unless Lord Vader can make it happen. Is going to shift in, gets on the beacon, trying to buy some time for his team, forces him off with the R&B, trying to shift through. Big damage, nice from Lord Vader. Another one gets the combo onto Pamu, takes him out there. They did get Jang up over here though, so back into the 3v4. Quiz going back to the middle platform, looking to play off this Fire Vision as Lord Vader recalls here. So looking for a second round. Got to make it happen in the 3v4. No time left. 6 seconds here. Got to push fire. So much damage, though. Krillo deletes Spade Storms, and just like that. Oh, they trade one back, though. Game over. Jang has to make it happen here, but not going to be enough time as Blue with Fire Vision takes 2 rounds in a row. So like we said, best of one in the rotation here. It's going to be, you know, very important to get as many rounds as you can, because already red just needs 3 here, or sorry, blue just needs 3, and it's weird how these are reversed up here versus the colors it's showing us. I think that's true, right? Oh no, I'm trolling. No, wait, it is. That's weird. Anyways, blue and red fighting over Fire Vision here, looking for the entry. Game over, and Lord Vader in at the same time. Dingo goes down just like that. Lord Vader up with that quick ultimate over to Pamu, looking for the combo. Huge damage out, followed up by Quiz and Game Over as Krillo pumps on this top side. Blue is just looking unstoppable here. So much damage coming out. Spade Storm's looking to kite across that abyss on Krista. Look for the res. Nice. Does get the kill onto Game Over. Krillo looking for the edge, but Spade Storm's did a great job ledge guarding here. Lord Vader able to push that with the shift. Spade Storm's forced off it. 40 seconds left. Has to make the magic happen here in the 1v2. Really no other options, and can't get it through as this Jewel is looking pretty strong here coming through from Lord Vader. We've kind of seen a bit of a fall off of Jewel. Well, I'm not super familiar with the arena meta myself, but since you know, the removal of the iframe, definitely seen her fall off in the BR. But Lord Vader is making a good case for her out here after these recent adjustments in arena. All right, so 3 rounds here for the side of blue. Red needs to make it happen. Otherwise, it's only going to be 2 rounds to go before we go next. So I think it's going to be, yeah, 11 matches played out for each team. To Eva ult out, trying to get the zoning through. They force it with the Firefox and Jewel ultimates. Red doesn't quite fall for the bait. They play it patiently, don't get stunned, and make their way out of there. Quiz gets stunned into Abyss. A little overcommitment there. And so Red actually has numbers as Game Over gets taken out as well. So 2v4 as Red looks to position around Fire, trying to force Lord Vader off of that He's looking for the entry. He gets it through in the 1v3. So Lord Vader, big damage out into Pamu again. They just cannot stop this combo. And as Dingo goes to heal, Lord Vader gets another. And so Jang and Space Storms take out Krillo on the bottom side, but Lord Vader is just popping off on this Jewel. Red having a really hard time shutting him down. Space Storms forces the issue with the shift ultimate forward, is going to get the kill through here onto Lord Vader. So big from Space Storms there to lock in a round for Red. I don't know what's going on with the rounds because it still says 0-3 pro. We don't know what the round count is. We're just gonna. I'm just gonna go with it here. It should be. I don't know. We're not sure what the round count is. Every round matters. That's what we do know. As Pamu looks for the shift entry onto Krillo, going for that nade combo. Krillo able to back out of that, stay safe on the myth. Dingo looking to follow up with the ghost laser. Not gonna be able to do much here. Still just kind of trading poke. Lord Vader constantly threatening on the flank with this Jewel as Krillo trying to trade with Jang. Jang doing a nice job though, poking out Krillo a little bit. Lord Vader forced back off of the Krista Q, I think. So nice follow-up from Pamu. It's going to take him out there. And now, just like that, big violence breaking out as Space Storm gets another. So Red down to 2. Krillo's looking to play around Lord Vader's Wisp, but it's not going to be enough. So now just Krillo left just like that. Red get a nice round back again. So I believe it's 2-3. This scoreboard is trolling me. I should be able to keep track, but I have a very short-term memory, I guess. Singular track mine here. Opposite of ADHD, I think. As we got both teams rolling in. Krillo looking to get that Q out. Is playing upgraded Q still, despite the damage reduction we saw go through earlier this week. Lord Vader looking for that flank again. Always trying to single out Pamu here. Can he get it again? Pamu has his shift this time. Nice shift out. Gets followed up by the team. Quiz looking to follow as well. They are getting big damage out. Dingo super low. Lord Vader finds the finish. As Dingo goes down, Lord Vader gets 2. Gets Spade Storms in the back as well. So Blue popping off this round. Trying to follow up on these kills. Jang forced off the Wisp on the south side as Krillo chases Pamu to the north. Blue is going to get the finish onto Jang here. So after losing 2 rounds, Blue comes out with a vengeance and just decimates Red kind of right off the engage there. Pamu going to go cross island for the res, it looks like here. Might be their only shot. 40 seconds left. Going to be a close one. Getting all the way back to fire as we see Blue capturing fire here. They are making their way over.
30 seconds left.
See Krillo and Vader feathering across. Pamu looking to cold. Krillo shifts onto the pillar aggressively. Isn't going to get it. Nice R&B through. Executes Pamu on the glacier. And Blue take the round. I think it's either 3-4 or 2-4. But I'm pretty sure this is accurate, but instead of red, it's blue. So I'm pretty sure our blue homies over here are on match point. It has been a pretty spicy one, though, as we're lining up potentially the final round. Not if red has something to say for right here. Jang, nice poke through. Ooh, teleport. Quiz is going to take it and just look. Jang using it for a little positioning, is going to maybe step it here. No, Lord Vader getting big pressure by Pamu on the north side. Has to ult up defensively, shift out with no health. Jang and Spades trying to follow, but Quiz with the big Eva ultimate just to zone, pushes them out. Game over follows up, and just like that, Jang is down. So Lord Vader has healed in the south. They're looking to re-engage right off the bat here. Krillo looking for the R&B on the Wisp. Is not going to quite get it through, but does force him off as Quiz following up. Game over as well. Just so much damage pressure coming out. Spade Storms trying to hold his ground, but really tough ask against this constant damage pressure. Pamu looking to recover up here. Big heals coming through onto Dingo. Can he finish Quiz? He cannot. This Eva healing might be just a little superior to the Zeph pump. Pamu doing his best, but Quiz making the Eva look strong here in the arena game. Pamu trying to get the nade through, will not, as Lord Vader takes him out. Krillo takes him out. Sorry, and it's just going to be Spade Storms left here, I believe, on match point, trying to make the miracle happen. Gets the shift dash through with the ground on Krillo. Krillo's won, but that Eva healing coming through, that orb so oppressive here. Lord Vader looking to follow up, and he does, so just like that. Blue takes the game. Let's go. I was just like right into it. All right, let me figure out what the hell I'm doing here. I think I'm trying to spectate multiple rounds.
Big Eva pull. Pulls 2 in. They're isolated. Eva ult goes wide. Huge punch coming out from height. Wow, 2 down on the side of LST. Goth Cowboy trying to cut his way out. Conra punches him back in, says, "You're not getting the fuck out. Stay in there." Toilet trying to guard the res beacon.
That's a great point to hear there, Chef. Just not getting the fuck out of that one, but now kind of seeing that poor Toilet. I don't think he's getting away from this one either. Even if he delays the inevitable, it's doom and gloom in this one. Is this the first game in this series?
30 seconds
Yep,
left.
this is the first round, first game.
Perfect. Okay, then I can actually update the scores. Let's go. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to even get the scores updated properly.
Oh, Toilet's kiting.
And
Right,
Toilet,
right.
though?
Numbers.
Yeah.
Does go down.
They all have green armor though. He's only got a cracked tier 1 armor. That's rough.
Take a look at
Yeah.
these builds.
It do be like that sometimes, you know. Especially as a Zeph early on.
Big game hunter.
Yep. That's the shift max on Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but BG Marina feels so weird, right?
Yeah, but you get the extra AP once you dash.
I guess
So
that's-
there's some
that's true.
value.
That makes sense because then you get the extra Omni and the AP from those.
Oh,
Oh
Caught.
wait, Goth Cowboy gets knocked out. Oh, Carbine net to zone off Ghost on Abba over on the left.
There you go. I had to turn you both up a little bit. The game was a little louder than you both, and I wanted to make sure people could hear you.
Height canceled his recall to Toilet. Toilet's getting run down right now by Connor on the Bishop. Oh my goodness, I don't think he's gonna be able to kite it. Oh, armor's cracked on Conra.
Huge damage
Wait,
coming
he's
off
hitting
Conra.
all of his shots. What the actual fuck? Like,
Almost getting away too on the respawn beacon, and now it's going to be the duel over if the respawn goes through for Toilet or not, because on the other side, I'm glad you showed that Abador was also working on that. So the team is going to be back in, and Toilet winning the 1v1
Wow.
duel, taking down Conra.
wow. That was GG's right there. That was some insane kiting from the Zeph. I love Abba toggling the res beacon over on the left side as well, just waiting.
Kind of trying to get the attention away, and now the salvo has been used by Sarah, trying to get some damage onto LSC, but they're still holding strong onto the base camp. But here's Conroe with the blast off into the back line, taking down Hyde, the first casualty, as they're on top of Goth Cowboy, and they're going to be able to take out one more, leaving Toilet and Abador. But they've got a lot of damage and no time left on the clock. That actually goes over to, I think, over to GG, right?
Yep, GG.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goes over to GG.
Because the colors don't match up top, so I always get confused by that. So I gotta fix,
I know.
I gotta fix my overlay in game for the stream too. There we go.
Oh my goodness, we're already getting a nade over on Phenom from Toilet. Just a little bit of poke. Trying to establish some space here on both sides.
It's kind of fun watching Phenom take on Height in this one. Not take on Height, take on Abador in this one, but with having no pressure at the moment, it is going to be LST pushing back GG yet again. A blast off from Conra, tries to catch Height off guard and does do so. Sinner's Embrace, it's locked down. They're trying to get the stun onto anybody, but not going to be able to get it because Height is in the back line and he's exploded down by GG. LST struggling as they have to separate yet again. Goth Cowboy cannot get away from the pursuing members.
Too bad. Nice try on his part.
Mm-hmm. And right now,
I was
Abador.
really trying to go make space there.
Yo, Abador just switched out his build. That was
did he?
crazy.
Yeah, that's why he went back to base. Ow! Oh, well.
Uh-oh, Pops
Oofy.
the Glider
Turbo
says
booster.
hello to Conra.
I was wondering why he visited the shop.
Me too. I kind of was. I heard the respawn beacon. I'm like, yeah, they're just going for the easy respawn as if they have enough time, which they didn't. But then went back, realizing the time was out, and it really didn't matter because the switch up of the build ended up still being a death. Now it is going to be a 3-0 lead for GG, who already are getting pressure onto the base camp. Toilet pushed back. Almost was found out. It's going to be the blast off into the back line with the Sinner's Embrace looking for the lockdown. It does catch Lodge, and Lodge jumps upon Toilet, but Toilet taking over the Abyss is going to be down and out while Microwave Lodge is doing a lot of damage onto Abador, but not actually going to find the kills. They're getting some damage from Goth Cowboy as he's trying to push them back. Conra right over to Abador, not how they wanted that one. With only Height and Abador left, Conra taking a beating, but he was able to get back to the rest of the team. GG controlling the base camp. Height trying to push Na away, but they're going to get snapped right now, taken out and leaving only Abador.
Damn, he really tried to push in there to get the end kill on SNA, but like Sna just,
Whoa.
his team The entire team collapses back on the height. Insta claps him. So close though.
By the way, do you guys know the command to remove these?
I always forget.
No.
It's one of those things. I think did tab not work?
Nope.
It's one of those things that sometimes will go away,
Maybe
sometimes
tab
won't. Ooh.
It's okay, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out eventually. But right now, already having the fight. And this time, it's going LST's way because they already were able to find the kill onto one. Well, GG. They're hoping they can get the res. They put down the shock trap drone, but it's going to be a lot of damage on Connor. The flank coming in from Abador as they're peppering down damage, but the respawn has been stuck to by Phenom. They're going to bring back in the team. No, denied. LST push Phenom off at the last second to take down Sna, pushing GG to the outer reaches the map and taking their first victory.
I feel like you can really see Toilet this entire game just trying to completely control corridors with his Zeph ult. And finally, it looks like that round managed to catch a lot of people in it.
Finally worked, but right now they've got to get the reverse sweep to be what really works because they have 1 point left. If they lose that, then they are out of this one. It will be GG taking victory. Now see, aren't getting control of the corridors just yet. They're already locked down by the shock trap, and it's going to be the engage from Conrad, but missing. Damage on both sides, mitigated by the orbs. Looking for the second wind to push them back as they get onto the base camp, but with the Sinner's Embrace getting the stun on the height on the other side, GG have taken control. They pushed LSC out of the corridors, and they are separated. 3 on one side, 1 on the other. Abador in the 1v1 with his teammate. Phenom trying to beat him, looking for the snipe, but not going to be able to find it. Instead, just waiting on land, knowing that Abador's got to go somewhere, while the rest of LST, they try to fight back against the base camp that's been controlled by GG, and it's now or never for LSC. They've got to make some sort of play because the clock is ticking.
Oh my gosh, Abba just completely kicked Smith out of the fight there. Phenom is like completely on the flank now. The nade on the wall just completely booted Phenom into like oblivion.
Good push back from LSC. They're now back on the base camp, and they're stealing away some of the green armor that GG had gotten for themselves. 2v4. A lot of burst damage. Carbine and Krista can do a lot together. But with the front line for LSC standing strong, they're fully healed up, and they've got the armored. Not looking too good for GG.
They have their reverse sweep green right now.
Wow. 2 rounds for blue team.
Wait a minute.
All right, that's 2. Just 3
They're
more to go.
They're trying their hearts out, that's for sure. Why don't we see the counter going up for blue teams? Is it broken?
It's broken, yeah. It's just with Arena. That's why I have the overlay the way I do, just so that way it properly upgrades it. Otherwise, people won't be able to see how blue team score is going. And right now, well, actually, it's technically red teams, but GG.
Oh my goodness. Connor's just completely running Toilet down right now. Oh, LST's rotating back to collapse back on Connor again.
Nice
Oh,
Connor.
pushing forward. So much space here taken by Connor. What the heck?
Yeah, Conrad getting a lot of attention from LST, and GG only now realizing they need to punish that because Connor's still over the abyss. LST trying to push back onto the base camp that's been controlled by GG, while Abador was hoping to keep Connor away. Goth Cowboy was in a duel on the other side. The shock trap drone going to be able to get the stun on the myth, but not going to be able to get the damage they need to, while Connor has rejoined. They lose out on Snow on the other side, while Phenom was trying to take down Abador. Pistol breaker on the 3.
Oh my God,
absolutely destroying GG, but Phenom was able to get rid of Goth Cowboy, and now that they've gotten control, they're healing back up with a nice snipe onto Abador, and Height holding on to the shield, trying to heal back Abador, but he's getting pushed away. Phenom is disgusting on this carbine, and he's continuing to put pressure, but now that Abador's back, they have to disengage. Base camp controlled by GG, so they got the armor. It's a 3v3 LST. This time around, not looking too good with a nice back end that almost was able to catch Toilet out as he puts down second wind to create some space. It's not looking too good. You got to push in now or never, and they are feeling the heat as they're trying to get the 1v1 duel again from Abador Phenom, but it's going to be Phenom winning yet again with too many orbs, too much healing, and while Toilet wins his own duel, there's only 2 remaining and no time left. GG are the victors.
GG's.
Oh, GG's to GG, that's for sure. Well played by both teams. I had some hope there for the reverse sweep for a second, and oh, it was looking really good on the bottom side with Toilet versus Microwaved, but just completely did not connect. The last shot just missed, went wide, didn't quite get the pick. That's too bad.
Let's go, baby. Round 2 here in Arena Best of 1. So this was Arena Draft. All these captains, I don't think I even had time to explain this in our first round. Dropping in so hot there, but all these captains drafted their teams. These are all fresh teams that got drafted just the other night. Actually watched it live on Tsunani's stream. It was actually pretty interesting to watch the draft go through. And now we are seeing that play out. Day 1 here. Tomorrow going to be best of 3s, best of 5s, moving us into the finals. But here it's best of 1s, and a huge damage coming in from TNN on the side off of what was almost a big entry for Blue. They're going to get it through, but it's traded back. So Cat Microwave gets Pine in the exchange there. Blue trying to make something happen. TNN pushes him off, going for the res on Pulse. Same time, Red is going to get 3D2Y down there. So TNN gets the res through. It's not going to be enough as GG follows up with way too much damage. Really well played there on the side of GG. Was looking very good for Blue early on there. Hold on, let me close this out so it's not lagging me here. Making sure we're good. Okay. Wait, okay. I have so many things going on. All right, into round 2 here. Let's go. GG taking round 1. TNN looking for the entry with the Bishop Bolt. SNA ducks it with the wall. TNN is forced out. Connor trying to trade there. 3D looking for the entry. Abyssal Breaker out. Big damage onto Connor. Connor cannot get out of that choke there, so will get taken out. Blue has Red in the 3v4 Shrike. Pine trading so much damage on the side. The Bounty Hunter Carbine, sorry, first time I've had to cast this this Robot Hunter, gets the kill through, is going to get traded there as he goes down in exchange for Pine. Phenom looking to play around the Wisp for the res, is going to get forced off here. Blue still at 4, Red really uphill battle trying to come back, but SNA gets the knock on a TNN, heals up. Phenom super low, no mana, is going to try to get a heal through, but the Bird Bomb comes through. Shrike Jordan gets it. SNA is down. It's just Phenom left for the side of Red. Pine with the 1080. He sniped there trying to get it through, and he does. So Phenom goes down. Nice round by Sex. So we got it 1-1 here. Spicy. I do love seeing the Carbine pulled out by Cat Microwaved, and that's I'm pretty sure that's Lods, right? If I'm not mistaken. So Shrikebird going in here, getting that anti-heal out. Connor taking big damage right up the front. They're trading back though. Pine forced out to the north. They're following up. 3D2I down, taken down in that front line. Pine trying to play around the Wisp as TNN looking to hold him off, but is going to get taken down for his honorable play there, and just going to be Pulse left as Red kind of cleans up this round. Really nice look here from the side of GG. Get an easy second. 2-1. This is like, it's a scary comp, man. It's just full damage. It's literally no support. It's just like, we kill you, and if we don't do it and you guys survive, you might win, but we're just going to try to kill you real fast here. And they were able to do it that time. Looking to repeat as they just got to survive this strike damage. Pine's so good at putting out huge pressure on this Hunter. We can see looking to trade the ultimate into Lods there. Isn't going to quite get it through. So Cat Microwave, ooh, 3D looking for the Abyssal Breaker, comes in pretty big on the side of SNA, but SNA is just going to take one hit of it, actually, is going to be able to sidestep the rest, heal up. So 3D looking for an entry now onto the Bounty Hunter. Cat Microwave trading pretty well, almost gets it through, but Conra in the back line takes out 2 there. Really nice follow from the Krista, looking to play around Wisp, but Pulse is not going to get it through. All of a sudden, just TNN left. GG looking to stamp a 3rd here in what has been a pretty decisive showing so far after a really close first round. Phenom just got to take out TNN. TNN looking for the punch, gets it through. With the bump, going to go right into the team though. Phenom able to just barely live here, eats the tree, cannot get the follow-up. Rocket just barely. It's not going to matter anyways as GGG gets the round win there. So 1-3 coming through for the side of GG here. All right, Zex looking to make it happen. Let's go. Pine always super aggressive on that strike position, way out front, is going to catch a little bit of CC for it. Phenom looking for the flank on that Ghost, finds a little bit of an angle. Connor looking to follow, but eating big damage for it, but gets out huge damage on their own. So really nice ultimate. Blue just looking to trade and heal a little bit here, survive this 4 DPS damage onslaught coming through on the side of GG. Phenom able to shift that Shrike Bird, grenade out, get some damage through, but no wall stun as Shrike looking for the flank. TNN is in with the entry, gets the ult through, has to shift immediately back out. That was taking big damage from all three of these characters. It's just like Myth Chris the Ghost is so oppressive if you try to push into him. So Sex is going to trade Cat Microwave on the backline, who is a little isolated, gets taken out. Solo there. Pine looking to survive and heal up. Now going to be a 3v3, but 3D White, huge grenade stun from Phenom, takes out the Oath, but it is going to get traded back for Conra. And so now, just like that, Blue has the 3v1 after it was looking like such a dominant round for Red. It's just going to be Phenom left, trying to make the hero play. And Pulse is going to catch him in that shift into the wall, and so Phenom gets taken out there. Blue get a round back. Very nice recovery. They needed that one, putting it to 2-3 here in round 2. So round 2 of the round robin. All right, everyone positioning around the fire. As per usual, Krista Pole comes out through that shield. We do know Krista Q now damages Oath shield as well, so Oath continuing to get chipped away out. Ooh, huge triple stun coming through from the Shrike Bird. Gets big follow-up on the side of Blue, but Conrad trades TNN in the backline just barely, and so gets the heal through, turns it into a 3v3. Was looking so good for the side of Sex there off of that grenade and then entry follow-up by the squad, but now they're looking to play around Wisp. Ooh, and they are going to get it through, so nice heads-up play here. On the side of Sex, back up to 4. Now it's going to be OG's game to lose here, down one of their crazy DPS. Blue just has to play this kind of slow and patiently. They're doing it pretty well here, just chipping damage. Conra's down, just 2 to go here. Pretty methodical. As TNN looking to trade on Phenom, as 3D and Pulse do take out Cat Microwave, and they get the kill onto Phenom up north here. So well played, really well played actually by their from Blue that round to recover and put it to 3-3. Really hype, actually. Let's go. So we've actually seen a really heated battle between these teams this entire match so far. In an even 3-3 here. Could be anyone's game. Big damage coming out around the fountain. Krista Q is going to come through for the side of Connor. Get some damage out into 3D. 3D is 1, but they trade. Phenom is down. Shrike just pumping on Pine, just pumping on that Shrike. I keep calling Pine Shrike. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing. But, ooh, nice. And TNN gets the R&B through onto Cat Microwaved. And so the Bounty Hunter is down. Conrad peels out. Last member left looking for the cheeky res here. But all of a sudden, Sex is looking scary here, trying to put it to a 4-3, and they do. So all of a sudden, Sex takes the lead. Just need one round here to prove they are better on the day than GG. Well, I want to take it me over here. Let's go. So match point for Sex. GG looking to answer back here. It is a big round. They need it. Stun coming through, followed up by Abyssal Raker from 3D. They get one through. So Lods is down. Pine follows up with the shift in with TNN, but they are going to be able to escape. It looks like they're going for early split res as Conra plays around the Wisp, and so they're trading early fire for that. If SNA tries to stick this, he really needs to live or catch the other res. So he is just going to die, and I think they're all going to catch this south res. So Red's going to have plenty of time, 1 minute on the clock here, to look for a push. As we see a little bit of recall action, getting a bit of a flank. Sex on the bush play. SNA doesn't know. It could be disastrous. 3D with the perfect wall bash, but they're not. Oh, they are able to follow up as SNA gets taken out. Abyssal Breaker to really lock in the Wisp Stomp here as SNA. Oh, Lods is going to try to step it here. Is going to get forced off by that Shrike Bird, so Pine heads up. Look on that, but Phenom just putting out so much damage on this Ghost. Takes out Pine, almost takes out 3D. He does with the laser through the wall. Phenom going crazy in the 3v1 on the top side, while Lods and Pulse duke it out. And finally, they're able to take out Phenom, and just like that, Sex take the match. So really nice round and really nice kind of reverse of momentum on the side of Sex here to take that game. Dude, that was a banger. Let's go. GG's, boys.
So it's actually Dylan on the Zeph.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah, look at that. Jimmy, okay. Jimmy on Bishop. That's interesting. Coyote,
Okay,
you
that
got...
checks out, actually.
Mm-hmm. And then looking at the other side, let's see what we got. So it's Illusion on to Krista. Lemur, yep, on Brawl. And you were right, Diamond playing that Eva, and then Phantom rounding it out on Shiv for game 1 here in our second round. Not sure which teams picked up victory in their first rounds out of these two teams, but we already see that Bob trying to get the inside angle onto the base camp, getting a little bit of damage, but it's so hard to have that stick, especially when you don't have the anti-heal. You pushed off the Brawl, but now you're pushed off the base camp, and Dia taking control of the base camp themselves.
Oh, big stun. They're clearing up those walls from Carbine.
Wow.
Wow, there's really, they're
Completely
throwing
take the
so
base camp.
much poke at Dia, but they're just absorbing it all. They're just standing on top of Eva orbs.
I think as we get further into the tournament, more teams are going to realize just how important Eva is as Lemur gets the dunk onto Jimmy in the back line, disrupting, throwing out centers and breaks with a stun, slicing apart Bob as they have to scatter, leaving only Dylan, and he ain't got no hope. Game 1 for Dia.
Oh my goodness, that was just so rough to watch. Eva just stands on point and puts her orbs out, and just everybody death balls on top of them. I feel like moving forward, we're really gonna watch these players try to prioritize the Eva and maybe just run her down. Especially like, I want to see maybe Jimmy trying to get an insect.
The huge issue is they don't have any anti-heal.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
I was
This
really
is so
expecting like a
hard.
Felix pick to come out or something. But
Yeah.
Anything really to stop them, because you can see just the control they have. They've already
Oh
gotten the
my
base camp.
goodness.
That was uncontested with all 4 of Bob right there. They just had too much damage that was thrown back at them, and any damage they did to Dia was completely mitigated by those orbs.
Oh.
Yeah. You slot it with a
Big
nice
shot.
double stun. It is going to be the chilling finale as they get a stun onto Lemur, but Bob are forced so far away from the base camp. Jimmy, not even with the team, trying to heal up the best he can, while Dia can heal back up, but they lose Shiv. Phantom's gone, while Lemur slicing the back line, taking out Coyote, and then looking for Rich as a salvo finds him. Flux Nair not landing, but the chains are on top of Bob, as again, they're pushed back all the way to respawn.
Wow, it's just such a hard game for Bob with no anti-heal against this Eva. That is just so difficult. They're just getting pushed around, like...
yeah,
Dia's
it's
just
really hard
moving
for
at
them
a
to
decent
jump on
pace.
like isolated targets because Lemur's on Brawl. He always has the get out of jail free card.
That's so true.
And speaking of jumping in, Lemur again. Nice double stun from the Zeph nade in the back line, but it's completely stopped yet again. Look at the heals onto Illusion. He takes so much damage, yet he's going to heal back up the full while Lemur was able to distract, so the team's back on top of the base camp. Chilling finale popped defensively by Bob to try to survive, but Dia have controlled the camp while Lemur is running rampant in the back line to take out Coyote.
Rich is really trying to get some poke damage in on Diamond here. He's really trying to look for the angle, but oh, he's just getting microwaved. Oh, this feels so bad. They have a full armor advantage now as well. This is just a rough round.
I mean, I feel like, I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but it might just be a draft diff in this one, because it doesn't look like there's
Right.
anything Bob can do in this.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised Bob didn't read the Eva pick.
Yeah. I know, I feel like moving forward in these games, it seems like, I don't know, especially tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Eva bans coming out like almost every game.
I'd expect the
Character
same.
just walks onto point.
And speaking of that, we see that Diamond is on said point, while Lemur
Walking on the point.
looking for the flank. Same with Phantom, but it's going to be the 1v1 duel that Coyote skates away, leaving Lemur to go into the back line and try to take him out while Rich tries to disengage. They've already gotten top of Bishop, forcing away, far away from the fight and losing the base camp control. And is Rich already down? Coyote attempting a respawn while Fuselot has been popped, but maybe a little bit too preemptively. Wasn't able to get the damage, while Bob have had Dylan on the base camp this whole time, uninterrupted. Might be able to get that. They have the armor now that they can re-engage the fight. Vortex Charm onto 2, locking them down. Bob answer back. They're gonna get on the board as only an Eva ain't gonna do nothing against all that damage.
Winnable.
Wow, really, really impressive for Bob. They just actually managed to split Dia up completely into 2 different teams and just strike them down the middle, so that way they can't deathball on top of their Eva. Very impressive.
Coyote's kind of playing the role of Brawl right now. For last round, he's just getting into the back line, drawing attention.
The problem is they're taking a lot of damage. Look at that. Fusillade forcing out Chilling Finale, but it at least gives them time. Similar's Embrace. We're trying to get the stun. They're going to slice down Coyote. That engage is gone. Now they've got to get some damage elsewhere. Vortex Charm might have landed, but Phantom's undeterred because they were able to get the root onto Rich, and they split up Bob, going separate ways. And Rich far away from the rest of the team. Phantom easily executes the kill.
Dylan's gonna try to go stick this beacon over on the left side. Oh, Lemur's just gonna run him down. Oh, Phantom pulling up, hitting those shots right after the shifts.
Now Diamond and Illusion coming out of nowhere to make sure they're stopping the respawns. And that last game, they're saying, it was just a fluke. We're still the team fully in control.
It's so hard. That Fusillade, like, pulling out the Chilling Finale so early was really rough for them because it's like Chef was saying in the beginning, like, I really do feel like Coyote's trying to play the role of a Brawl here and splitting up their team completely so they can't death ball. We'll have to see what they do here.
Lemur tries to get into the back line again. But this time, Bob, they're staying together as a squad. They don't want to get split up too easily, but it's difficult for them to find that angle in. Jimmy couldn't get into the back line while the Fusillade was disengaged. Phantom had to get away, and he can't heal up. He doesn't have the Eva, but they do have the level 2 armor. So they might be able to push back Bob. They've still got themselves split up, and it's making it difficult for Dia to know where to go. As they do take out the backline, because Lemur just by himself does way too much. And now without your backline damage, it is going to be Lemur trying to take down Jimmy. The rest of Bob.
They are really managing to poke down this armor, though, and yeah.
It's rough for Bob. I don't know how they're going to be able to battle back, especially because now the clock is ticking, and they've got to find something. They've sent one to go for the respawn beacon. No, Jimmy didn't even go for that. And with Coyote found out, forced to ult, means that Beckon dragging them off the respawn while Coyote falls. Bob losing another round here because there's no way, even if Jimmy was able to get the kill onto Diamond, he's getting chased down that salvo to pick up the kill while Diamond taking the Fusillade right to the face for another point out of Dia.
Oh my goodness, watching this Eva character, kind of silly.
Wait,
But still really good work coming out from
Was that already the end?
almost everybody that game. Yeah.
That was the end.
Oh my
That
god.
was the end.
Damn. That's why I forgot to
Fast
update one of them.
game.
A surgical win from Dia.
Let's go, baby. DIA versus TWT. Best of ones here in the day one round robin. Every round matters as they square up here over the campfire, as we would expect. Taking a look at the comps here, we have Felix, Zeph, Ghost, Oath. Ooh, really nice. Zeph grenade coming through by Krilla, but we see instantly kind of reversed there by the side of DIA, rocking the Myth, Eva, Carbine, Void. So two of the new hunters. Another huge nade by Krillo with the ultimate coming through, almost able to get multiple kills through, but that Eva healing just too much as they trade all that damage back within a matter of seconds here. And DIA get one for themselves, but Blue makes sure to exchange on the bottom, turning it into a 3v3. Lord Vader absolutely pumping on this Ghost on the bottom side, takes out 3 members. Lord Vader just going off on the Ghost this round. It's just going to be Diamond left for the side of DIA. Krillo looking to finish here. Remember that round, a huge amount of that early pressure coming out from those Krillo grenades. Second one with the ult combo certainly would have gotten at least one kill through hadn't it been for that Eva healing. And so despite DIA able to live and recover there, they are not quite going to be able to finish, as we saw Lord Vader just having a standout performance on the south side of that map, taking out 3 members kind of one at a time. Instant poke coming through with the Ghost Laser here in our second round. As Krillo looking to trade damage in the front line with that Zeph, has been playing pretty aggressive as we've seen so far in just one round of play. Nade out here gets 2. Quist looking to follow. Nice Abyssal Breaker, and Phantom's just gone instantly. Blue looking to follow up in the 4v3. They get Diamond as well. Just too much damage pressure coming out from the side of TWT. Lemur trying to help his team recover, is going to get the Wisp Res through with the Void Shift out. Just going to be Phantom left though on the Bounty Hunter here as Carbine gets taken out as well. And so TWT looking very strong here, out to a 2-0 start. DIA need to slow the pacing here, need to lean into this healing playstyle. TWT just getting such good looks on these engages. DIA need to sort of get those cooldowns rolling, and then look to finish someone themselves. Really play off of this Eva healing support. And they almost were able to do it round 1. It was a little more decisive round 2, but this round, DIA doing nicely, positioning around the fire, double Eva orbs out, really, you know, telling TWT, hey, you guys have to push this. We're just going to sit here and heal up through all of your poke, all of your damage, and this gives DIA armor as well. So we see with the fire cap, greens on the side of DA going to have not only that high ground, but also that extra bit of mitigation, playing really well around these orbs. Quist looking for the entry, Abyssal Breaker out. Red doing a nice job to trade, but Krillo follows with the ultimate as game over, looking for the side flank as well. The Void ultimate comes out from Lemur and is going to insta Krillo on the right, so they get a kill through, but isn't going to be enough as TWT trade one back. Illusion is down. Diamond trying to play around the Wisp. Game over, pushes it though. So much damage coming out from the Fox. Diamond forced off of Illusion there. He's still alive though, half health, trying to play around it. In the 3v3, Quist looking for the entry, but they trade Vader there. Huge kill coming through from the side of the red. If they can live this, it's going to be massive. It's just going to be game over just like that. And so Lemur gets the res through on Illusion, and Diamond takes out game over. So really nice round from DIA to pull one back there, putting us at a 2-1. Let's go. All right, coming out hot. Lord Vader looking for the early snipe. Krillo always looking for early chip damage with that Zeph. We see Rain coming out on the side of DIA, playing for positioning here. DIA looking to cheekily push their way in onto that fire. Diamond has it, putting those orbs out, looking to play around it. Phantom taking big damage though, a little too far up, gonna get pulled back by the Zeph nade. Krillo not quite able to get the ultimate to connect through there with the follow-up. Not gonna be able to proc that mark, and they have recovered. It's the issue with playing against this DIA team, is if you don't take out a member quickly, they're going to be instantly back to full health off of the back of this Eva healing. Oh, Illusion with the massive R&B punch into the wall. And so they isolate Krillo, delete him. Lemur shifts him back. They make it an even, really nice kill there and put it to a 4v3. So we see TWT kind of instantly scatter here, 2 to the south, 1 to the north, looking for that early res. It's going to be game over versus Illusion on the top side, with Diamond looking to back him up. Illusion rips the ultimate. Virida's Fury just kind of too much damage, but it's great because he was distracting both those members on the top side. All Lord Vader needs to do is live here as the res comes through, gets game over and Krillo back. And so Quist recalls. They need to push this so short on time here, 15 seconds left. They're really going to have to just face check this Eva squad, and it's not going to be easy. There we see Quist just have to eat the stun, going to get forced back into the wall, taking so much damage. The Oath cannot live through it. They are just forced into the arms of DIA, having to play the time of this fire. Krillo gets a whoosh onto the fire, but it's not going to be enough as DIA holding the line there. Very well played, playing their comp basically to perfection, kind of just holding the zone, knowing that TWT has to push them based on time. So they put us to a 2-2. All of a sudden, an extremely even match here between these two squads. Let's go. Quist looking to push this fire early, maybe. Doesn't want to maybe surrender some of this early positional control that we've seen the Eva be able to establish. Eva and Void together is proving to be pretty oppressive. As long as they can live these engages. Quist looking for the engage right here. The Abyssal Breaker is massive. Lord Vader is right there to follow up. They get so much damage out, but because of the Eva ulti, Lord Vader forced right into the arms of Phantom. Phantom trades it back, puts it to a 3v3, but Red gets the res through. But they trade a kill back just like that. Game over, massive on the Fox, gets 2, heals up, barely lives somehow, is able to trade those kills back, get out alive as Krillo gets one as well. This DIA team just keeps rezzing though. Somehow they still have 4 members. We just see 3 kills come through for the side of TWT, and somehow DIA right back at full force here. Full health, no armor, but does it matter when you have this much healing? We see it with that little bit of window, TWT able to get the fire, able to get the green armor for themselves. Really going to add up here as they're looking to trade on a Lemur. Some nice damage coming through. Quist looking to split them, but Lemur shifts through, trying to get back with his team. Blue's getting chipped. Lord Vader looking to do work on the sideline, shifts in, gets Phantom, gets the little bit of health reset. Lemur looking through Wispez, gets the shift through, and the reses on the side of Red are just insane. Another res comes through off of the heads up play from Lemur. He's looking to trade onto Vader, just 1 auto short from the kill there, gets taken out, but Phantom follows up.
Round concluded.
What? Wow, and off of time. What a round. off of time, Blue wins that, right? Because it was 2-2. That was a crazy round. Holy, well played both sides there. So, like on the side of DIA, just so heads up around the Wisp play with this Eva, with this Void, really never letting a Wisp go down through that entire match. Really kind of impressive positioning, holding up against this onslaught of damage coming through from the side of TWT. TWT has been so on point with the engages, with the crowd control, with the entries. We see one attempted here as Krillo kind of just gets yoinked, I think trying to avoid the lemur roll potentially, as we see all of a sudden so much damage getting traded as two members, a member on each side is down. Now 2 for the side of DIA. TWT having advantage. Lord Vader is 1 though. Phantom trades it. So now in the 2v2, Quiz trying to push but forced out from huge rain of arrows damage. Phantom follows up with the shift in. It's a clean 2v2, but red is already low. They're just trying to trade damage. Quiz is 1 shot. Game over. Looks for the ult entry onto Illusion. Can he get the kill through? He does. And so TWT, wow, but Phantom instantly trades it back right there. So we see the 1v1 game over versus Phantom, both half health. Who can make it happen? Phantom looking for the Wisp play, standing on Illusion, forces him off with the RMB. Wow, so really nice heads up there from Phantom. Forces game over to make the move by standing on the Wisp and gets the round through for the side of DIA. Wow, dude, these are so close. I think it's 3-3. I wish the scoreboard wasn't bugged, but I'm pretty sure that puts us at 3v3 here. Actually, such a close match showing out here between these two squads. As we see just a little trading for position here. Game over with a massive ultimate in. Splits the entire team. Quist looks to follow, but takes so much damage in the process. In the meantime, Lemur has Krillo on the bot side in the singularity. Gets the kill through. And just like that, TWT down to 2 members as Red continues to heal up. Just so oppressive. If you get a knock through, you have to somehow get on that Wisp. But DIA is just not letting it happen. Lord Vader looking to trade on the south side, gets the huge nade, big damage out of the diamond, but again, able to recover as we see Illusion takes out game over to the north. So TWT, just Lord Vader left, gonna have to make a miracle happen here if they want to take a 4th point, and they're not gonna be able to do it. So DIA take their 4th point, putting DIA on match point here for the 3rd round of our arena round robins. TWT, Zephywish off to a strong start, looking to get that early position, not let this Eva force her way in here. And Lemur doing so much work with these Void flanks, constantly threatening position onto TWT, not letting them be comfortable, always, you know, threatening that shift, the singularity, the RMB, and constantly pumping big wall damage. We can see just, you know, wall banging through these rocks on the south side, looking for the singularity here, but TWT a little 1 step ahead. Both ultimate in from the side of Game Over and Lord Vader. Game Over gets the kill through. They get the heal through. Lord Vader just pumping on the top side as well. Takes out Diamond with the homies coming to assist. And all of a sudden, it's just going to be Lemur left. And so really nice, decisive round for the side of TWT there to answer back what was a really decisive looking 4th round or 4th point the match before. So now in the even 4-4 final round here of the match, let's go TWT versus DIA. Who is the better squad on the day? It all comes down to this as we see the Myth Q coming out, the Carbine Q getting traded as well here. Eva just putting those orbs out, looking to keep him healed up, looking to get a 2nd one out soon and just play that big zone control. Look at this, it's basically free fire control, and they're going to get that green armor. So big kind of position win from DIA, basically for free. A couple little cooldowns pushes TWT off of this. TWT knows they need the right angle. They need that right engage combo to get an early delete, and they need to get the Wisp kill through in order for them to win this game. And they're playing it patiently. They know that's what they need, and they need the perfect look for it. Krillo looking to threaten on the side. Doesn't want to get grabbed there. Going to force to shift backward. Always looking to trade aggressively, though. Here it is. Game over. In with the ultimate. Putting out big damage. Eva ultimate traded back as well. Oh, Quist looking for the entry on Illusion. He gets it through. So our first kill comes through as TWT gets one. They need to take out Diamond here. They need to stop these reses as Lord Vader gets one on the south side. Just like that, TWT finds the entry they need. Get match point against DIA and take the match. Huge round for TWT to take the game. Let's go.
So here, having that
Okay.
kind of same identity for Sex as they grab Felix for 3D2Y, not going to be on Oath as we load up into our match.
I think the thing I like the most about Sex's team is that not only do they have the double anti-heal, but they also have like mega bursts from Zeph and Carbine.
Hmm.
So if they get those anti-heal windows off, maybe they're actually going to have the damage to completely melt like almost all of GCR.
The first shot going to be from Flint, getting some damage into the back line of Sex. Neither team really in control as Sex are trying to push up, get some of that anti-heal, missing the Vortex Charm. Herd's healing up a lot, but the orb was almost gone, so it's going to take a little bit of time as Sex now on to the base camp. Flux Snare lands, almost was able to get the magic-resistant burst that was able to land, and nice! Zeph was able to push into the back line, missing that engage, while the Felix doing a lot, separating the healer from the damage. Hello can't get back too easily, taken down by Plots, while on the base camp. Sex trying to get the armor in
Oh,
time,
what a
but they've
stun
already
from
lost Plots, and now a 3v3 with how low Flint is. He's sniped down, but it's traded back on a 3d2y in the 2v2 duel. GCR are going to struggle as a nice kite away. Pine trying to revive their Felix, but the Vortex Charm barely not landing, and Lucavario trying to get the burst to land. It's going to be Herd instead with a blast back, while 3d2y, perfect time with the flight of the Firefox to get back on your feet to take game one.
Wow, that was just a crazy round. Honestly, the Eva ult went wide from GCR, and Felix instantly capitalized and ulted straight in. That was very clean.
I want to see some group emoting from Team Sex under the leadership of Nine.
It's Pine. It's pretty much a given that you have to have emote span enabled, as we see a nice Flux Snare onto Pine on that side, while Flint had to take the portal, but he's in a bad spot. Vortex Charm coming in, but we see on the base camp, there's going to be TNN being the first casualty. Lucavario about to join him into the Wisp form. They go. Plots trying to stomp on the Wisp, while we see that it's going to be GCR in control of the base camp. Flint has been getting a lot of that attention from Sex this whole time. The team, though, did not commit for the base camp. Instead, they sent Herd onto the respawn, while Flint slowly pushing back, not going to be able to get the sunburst to land. And even though you're on this base camp for so long and now onto the respawn point, you've got to make sure you stick it. They're going to be able to bring the team right back to full, then push back onto Sex with a nice flame shield, then flight of the Firefox defensively to try to get away. But Sex find themselves in a bad spot. They never got control of the base camp away from GCR, who've been able to hold on, and they should be able to get that level 2 armor as Pine takes the burst from the sun and feels the heat.
30 seconds.
We're gonna have to see a crazy performance out of Sex if they want to pull this back.
And we see right
They
now,
are sectioning off Flint.
but back in was able to find Pine.
Gets caught.
Healer's gone, and now with only the 2, time's a ticking, and it's not looking too good for Sex. GCR avoiding the dash over the abyss, and it leaving only Plots. Doesn't matter if Plot's able to pull off a miracle here or not. There's no time left on the clock, as it's going to be a tied-up series 1-1.
This is kind of a close series so far. I'm liking this. It
Me
seems
too.
like- it seems like they seem to have the answer for the Eva. They just have to like execute, you know?
I think the big thing that I'm looking at with these two teams is that for GCR, they have this ability to stay away from Sex for a long time, and if Sex don't fully commit right away and find the proper targets, then they're going to get caught off. Like, we already see it that there's a lot of damage, and they have to fully commit 3. Sinner's Embrace was able to get a double stun as they're going to be able to take down Pine and 3D2Y at the same time. While Hello might be gone, the orb is not. They can stand on top of it. Flint pushing back TNN, and then looking for Plots over the abyss, while TNN pushing back onto Lucavario, trading 1 for 1. 2 are left, but GCR, they're the team in control of the mainland.
Nobody has the point yet, though. Honestly, this. Oh, the Wisp goes down. Oh, Flint's trying to get it. Flint's really trying to cap this point.
Phase
Cannon
walk.
says no.
Nice push back, but that blast off from her, destroying TNN and allowing GCR to take the lead.
Clean. That was clean.
Yeah, like you
out
said,
of
these
Herd.
GCR members are doing a great job at avoiding Sex.
No.
Leave it to Pine to have a team name like this. I mean, it's also in the Krillo too with Nutty. Definitely had certain scenarios with that team where it's been a little bit awkward, but right now the Sex is on fire because they were able to get into the back line, do a lot, and they're trying to revive TNN. They'll be able to bring him back onto his feet, but they've been pushed away from the base camp.
This is going to be hard for them to reclaim this space now that they've used these cooldowns. They're going to have to really bide their time here.
Man, I feel like you just have to ban Shrike's stuff. Like, he can do everything on that.
I know he's cracked.
Beckon, though, does land. And with Sex forced into the fight and split up, 3D2Y is not going to be with Pulse and already going to fall. Then Pulse will die as well. They try to get the portal away, but they're split up. And GCR look to take a 3-1 lead while Pine still tries to kite downward.
I've seen Pine win these.
I've seen Pine win these with Shrike, not necessarily from Zeph. So unfortunately there for Sex there now. Down 3-1, giving this lead to GCR, who are looking really strong at the moment. Here we go again.
Big engage.
Trying to go for another engage.
Straight in this time.
And the biggest thing in here for Sex is that they had this great engage, and when they split up, GCR is looking good. But now they've got to make sure they continue this chase. They have to get GCR away from the respawn beacons, because right now GCR, they're doing a lot to try to kill some time. Sanderson Embrace as well was able to get a double stun, and Flint separated while Hello is getting chased down by Pine, winning the support duel, and then Flint dying to Pulse. But all this time, there has been that split away. I'm not sure exactly where they went, but the base camp could be taken, yeah, all the way north, so they are going to be back ready for round 2.
I really do think that GCR is on the back foot here, though, because they're going to have ults back up soon. They're going to be able to re-engage here, and of course they're at an armor disadvantage. This is going to be hard for them to pull back.
And for Sex, they really need to start picking up these games. Even if it's 3 points right now for GCR, letting them out that 4th, a lot of pressure is put onto your team. GCR are trying to commit into the back line. They've got TNN, but they weren't able to capitalize in time. The team has been separated again. Herd's gone while the pull back in takes out TN. Then the second win to get rid of Flint. Lucavaria and Hello, they've got to work together while TNN was able to get away from the pursuing Ava. And now you're Donzo, leaving only Lucavaria's Krista. And with the time run out, 2 points go to Sex.
Wow, it's just crazy. 3D2Y and TNN are doing so much work on just like completely sectioning off GCR members from one another. Like the Reigns coming out from TNN have been splitting them up like consistently the past 2 rounds.
That's kind of what I like about the composition for Sex, and kind of what I was talking about before. They have this all-in composition that, while yes, it's hard to get into the backline in the first place onto GCR, but once you do so, and you split them up like this, it actually is going to be really easy. Second win pushing GCR away, but Lucavaro is able to avert danger while 3D2Y, Flame Shield on top of the Krista, but we see that Herd, he too is able to get out of some danger while they lose Flint in the front line. Lucavaro trying to re-engage. Hello, trying to heal up in the supportal combat. Lucavario losing out in the 2v1, avoiding the Flame Shield, but not the fire. And Herd on a respawn point again was pushed away by Pine.
Pine's just running her down right now. He says, no, you can't touch the beacon, but Hello is touching. Oh no, Pine!
And getting that pick from Herd as well. Respawn almost there, but now the burn is felt, and they are away from the respawn beacon, which means Pine will be resurrected, and time's ticking. No team's actually taken the respawn point nor the base camp, so we could see Herd actually go for an immediate sprint onto the base camp himself and hope that they can get enough time to then go to the respawn beacon.
10 seconds
I like Herd going back, touching the point here.
And getting a lot of damage there.
My
Ooh,
goodness.
good attempt. Good attempt.
That was a very nice attempt. It's unfortunate all their cooldowns came back up by the time they made it down to that side of the map. A valiant effort from Herd, though.
And now we have a tied ball game. 3-3 from our two teams. The Sex again are taking the advantage, pushing back GCR, and Herd, who was trying to separate and get into the back line himself, was unable to stop 3D2Y. 3D2Y's engaged and do enough. Vortex Charm will land on the Lucavario while Flint has to portal back away. Holtz this whole time has been holding onto the base camp, but he's going to be finally pushed off by the grenade, and then a push 2 with the haymaker punch. Second win to try to get rid of GCR, while Luca Vario was hoping to get enough damage onto TN, who's trying to heal up in time. Sinners Embrace, the beckon stun, dragon back in Pulse with a burst onto TNN, and then, even though 3D2Y was able to get into the back line, nobody was there to defend Pine, as Pine being assailed on all fronts and unable to escape even when he rides the wind. This is the chase down that commits the kill onto him.
Do you think 3D2I is going to be able to kill the Eva here?
Maybe, but I think there's not going to be enough time because Hello is just trying to wait it out. That was the big thing, was just waiting out until the rest of the team could show up.
Yeah.
Is it a 3-3 right now?
It's 3. It should be 3-4, right?
3-4? Okay.
I think so, right?
So game point for GCR.
Yes. And now, Sex. And this is where we've talked about Pine before. When there's a lot of pressure, Pine always seems to step up. You gotta step up now more than ever. As a cannonball into the back line, but the blast, the burst of damage, and with Sinner's Embrace missing, Pine was able to go into the back line. This Zeph is actually the assassin, ripping apart GCR. Low health bars for Flint and Luca Vario. We're hoping to heal up in time, but it's not looking too good for them. Even if Flint was able to turn it around on TNN, Pine's there to defend this myth and resurrect them, while the rest of the team has split off to stop that respawn and make sure GCR not gonna have a path back into this game. There it is. Luca Vario has been taken down. The sunburst is
Flint's
put.
putting out good damage, but it's just so hard.
It's
T2 versus the T1 armor.
it's difficult there, and you kind of are expecting that, where you're trying to defend the best you can. You're hoping that you have the 2 respawns that are going on at the same time, but only so much time can be killed. And now we are in the final game. No matter who wins this, it will be over. As Sex already on the respawn, a lot of damage was put onto TNN, and they try to go for the engage onto Flint, but Flint on top of the fire, and they're getting roasted, taken down. Sex are destroying GCR, while Herd's trying to heal back up. Luca Vario putting a little bit of damage, but missing the rockets, and now put down with a rain of arrows. They're trying to take that last bit of damage, leaving only Hello to try to defend Flint from getting this, as he's trying to hold on, and Herd, hopefully he's going to be able to get the defensive. They couldn't get it, and with Eva, the last one remaining, trying to fight against Pulse, who's able to easily get away. It means that Sex will be taking this series and this final point, even if Hello is delaying the inevitable. Well done to Sex to win 5-4.
The second
Really well
that
played by
dunked
them.
the Eva at the end there. Wow, that ult from 3D2I was just huge. He really just said, yeah, I'm gonna go full send it, put everybody on my back, here we go.
Let's go, baby. Round 4 of our arena draft tournament here. Round robins on day 1, and it has been some banger games so far. And best of ones are heated because, I mean, it speaks for itself. You got one match to prove yourself and prove that you are better than the enemy team. And basically all the best of ones are going to get totaled up. And that is going to be determining who moves on to the best of 3s and best of 5s tomorrow in finals. So we got a banger here for us in round 4. DIA, who we actually spectated in round 3, lining up against Yep. We see a similar type of comp coming through from the side of DIA. Lemur on that Eva this time, but still going to try to play off of this big healing kind of death squad that sticks together, just pumps damage and stays healed. Diamond, nice snipe onto RX there. So early kill coming through from the side of DIA. Flo peeling out. Oh, my boy Flo, let's go. Peeling out, getting the res through onto RX here. RX is going to get a vibe brew through. So just like that, Yep, back to 4. But DIA have that fire control. Now able to get that armor as well. So the extra mitigation going to be really adding up here. And Yep, a little bit kind of choked in. DIA doing such a good job positioning. Looking for their entry, and they maybe find it onto Illusion. Illusion able to get up over the wall, but Flo follows with the perfect entry on the Oath, gets the kill through. And just like that, the Wisp is gone. So DIA all of a sudden do not have a Wisp to play for, and the Eva is down, so no more healing. Yep, just needs one more good entry like that, and the round will be theirs. But RKT taking so much damage here is going to be able to peel out with that shift on the Jewel. RX looking to trade on the top with Bishop as well. Illusion is one, so low. RX looking, but the tree is in his way. Stops the auto. Flow sees it as well. They know they just have to finish here. But yeah, you want to try to buy time, find Fire Vision, but Phantom is just pumping Diamond with a huge grenade as well. Gives them an opportunity to try to follow, but it's not going to be enough as Yep answer back. Just 2 for Phantom here, looking to push Flow off of the fire, but it's just an unstoppable force with his Oath. Illusion gets one through though, gets the heal. Oh, wow, just barely. Not going to be enough as Yep win off of time and Fire Vision. So really heads up play by Flow there to just force it onto the fire. Knows he can kind of hold that central space despite taking fire from both sides on that Oath. So really heads up play. Gets him the win, not even necessarily from the kills, but off of the, you know, arena macro. You love to see it as we dive right in to our second round of the match here. Yep, looking to trade some damage, but it's so hard to, you know, do anything through. Oh, and the ult comes through. Looks like no one's really going to get caught yet. RKT looking to trade with that Jewel shift is going to be forced out before he can reset on the stacks. But yep, able to follow up on the Bishop with Ephios on this Myth, just putting out so much damage onto the side of DIA. It's going to force them out as they get Phantom down. Diamond is down. Illusion looking to maybe play around the Wisp, but he's not going to be allowed to do so as Flow and RKT force him out to the north. Just going to be Lemur now on that Eva. Really tough hunter to make anything happen on your own. Much more of a, you know, support style. Needs her team around, trying to make a miracle happen though. He links up to RKT, is going to get the heal through, making his way over this beacon, just going to try to play. I mean, he has 30 seconds, has to just play massive space with, yeah, I don't know how you win this as Eva. Lemur, if anyone could do it, goes for the ult pull into Abyss. Doesn't quite come through as Yep able to recover and get another round through. So really nice look here coming out from the side of Yep. And I think the scoreboard is bugged, but a DIA took the first round, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. There's too many games. I'm so bad at keeping track. Maybe not. Maybe that was just 2 for Yep. I think that was just 2 rounds. So DIA need to pick one up here. RKT, just so much damage, instantly puts Illusion down up there, gets the shift through on the Jewel, but Yep is taking so much damage in return. DIA just pushes the center side. Flow forced out on the Oath. RKT out to the bottom as DIA just take that kill and recover it, picking up Illusion. Lemur healing him up. Illusion's going to go for that fire. They're going to get the armor through as Yep kind of scattered to the winds here. Everyone looking for their own individual res. So we see RX forced to the right here, RKT, or to the left, RKT on the right with Flow to the north. They just want to, you know, they know they're going to get it through. So Red makes the call, you know, let's just recover here. Let's all get back to, you know, fire and play together as Yep, all kind of converging with the recall. We see RX on a bit of a flank with the Bishop here. The rest of Yep have this position on the east side, and he looks for that flank, but is just going to get deleted in return. So Diamond and Phantom just answering back. Too much damage, and RX is down. And just like that, RKT is down. Ephios one shot as well. So Yep, what was looking like a good recovery is not going to be able to quite get the second go to come through there. DIA playing that really nicely on that Bishop flank. Trading that, you know, damage really well. Just instantly deleting the Bishop, setting themselves for success in the 4v3 there. All right, so I believe we are at 2-2 here now as DIA pick up a round. Yep, like pushing this early like center position. They really want to try to get position where they can because DIA is just going to do this. Oh, and the ultimate out from Eva. It's putting out so much damage. The crowd control is real. Flow looks to try to counter it with Abyssal Breaker, but just cannot punch through that healing without the rest of his team. And the rest of his team was on the retreat from that initial entry. So Ephios trying to just live against Diamond up here. We see RX trying to do the same on the left. Illusion's going to catch Ephios as he comes back through the wall over here. Ephios just trying to happy feet with the phase walk. Gets the R&B through. Actually puts out so much damage onto Diamond. It's not quite going to be enough as RX looking to just trade for the res beacon. Is going to get the spike through. Wow, and Lemur and RKT kill each other down here. from the Eva orb damage. Insane. So it's just going to be RX left. I would say Lemur probably the real winner of that, because that puts RX as the last man alive here to res his team. And just like that, DIA scoop another round. So really nice showing from DIA. We saw in the first, in the third round of the round robin game that I spectated last, they came out to, you know, a little bit of a slow start and they started looking really strong. We're seeing a similar thing from them here as they continue to scale. Ooh, Diamond pumping on that front line. Flow and RX peel back, recover a little bit. Ooh, grenade coming through, but Afios backs up a bit to not get caught in that wall stun. Illusion for looking for a bit of a flank on the Krista, as just like that, DIA finds their easy fire position as they do most rounds. Yep, trying to do something about it, but without, you know, kind of this Eva to just sit there and recover all damage. Oh, Diamond monster grenade into the spray, deletes RKT in the combo, and it's leaving Blue with just trying to recover anything they can, and nothing is going to be enough as DIA sweep up the fight there. 2 more down. Flow and RX kind of just get rolled up as DIA find the damage off of the back of a beautiful nade combo coming through from Diamond there, just turning it into a 4v3 instantly. Let's go. So DIA looking strong. I believe it's 3-2. I hope I'm not trolling that. We'll find out. Either way, it's close as hell. Both these teams are really stacking up well out here. And it's really, again, just like so much about the story of this Eva. Oh, Phantom trading damage on the south side. RKT and RX do trade it back, though, so they kind of have Phantom ISO'd. But at the same time, DIA just deletes the other side of Yep. So they pay the price, trade 2 members for the 1, and now it leaves DIA in the 3v1 against RKT on this Jewel. Has to make a miracle happen for the res play if he wants to recover here. And this is going to put DIA at match point, trying to get the shift through. He actually does, gets the shift through, but not going to get really any healing from it somehow at all. I'm not sure. It looked like he was maybe anti-healed when he got that kill through and didn't really get any recovery there, but almost doing something crazy. Really nice look there from RKT, but not quite going to be enough. All right, so DIA certainly on match point here. 4-2, just streaking here. Can Yep shut them down? They need this round. This is match point for DIA. These are best of ones. So DIA looking to make a statement here. Yep needs to answer back. Diamond low, looking a little isolated. Yep decides not to commit. They decide to just trade, but they're going to recover with that. Eva RX looks for the punch. He gets it. It's huge. Phantom so low, but they're somehow able to recover. Look at this Eva healing. It's like you have to finish instantly. And Yep, after these last couple rounds, is a little hesitant to overcommit, understandably, you know, on the engage here when they do find an opening. That might have been it, but they don't force it. And now RKT is the one caught, has the ultimate out. Luckily has that faster Jewel here. Yep, do have the fire. They did get the green armor, so that is a win. Flo gonna get kind of caught in the ultimate there from the Ghost, but RKT is in. He gets the shift through. Phantom is down. Lemur looking to play ulti against Flo, but Flo is just living here in the orbs, and Afios and RX trade beautifully against Diamond. Illusion trying to get Phantom up, and Lemur trying to chunk out Flo, but if they can stop this Wisp res onto Phantom, this is Blue's round here, and it looks like they're able to do it. Lemur so low, Illusion so low, Yep at full force all of a sudden, as they do get the Wisp kill through. Illusion is down. It's just Lemur, and it looks like Yep is gonna get a round through. They do answer back. Let's go, putting us at 4-3 here. All right, match point for DIA. Yep looking to get onto match point themselves if they can take this round here. Ooh, grenade almost into the ulti combo from Lemur. Yep and Afios heads up play. They burn the shift and are going to get out of that just fine. Ooh, grenade coming through onto RKT. He is able to peel out. They might have Illusion a little ISO'd up here. Flo, though, getting caught in the nade into the stun, taking so much damage from those 3 members of DIA. Just like that is going to get deleted. So Yep instantly on the back foot. They have to try to trade something here, or it's going to be really tough to force this res. RKT is trying to just ego this, but it's not going to be enough. It's just going to get forced out. I think Yep wants to go for this split res play like we've seen in previous rounds. They do have time still, especially because they're not forced. Cross map, we see 44 seconds left. RX on this beacon. They really want to time it well. Yeah, RKT wants to pop up here right with the timing. Pretty nice here. And so it looks like Blue back at full force with the recalls. 30 seconds. Actually have plenty of time to push this. So here we go. Round 2 of the round here as they're duking it out. Phantom looking to trade onto Flow, getting answered back from RKT on the south. Huge Q bump into the shift reset, gets the damage through. Phantom is down. Yep, looking to follow up. Flow with the Abyssal Breaker, but eating huge nade damage from Diamond. Diamond trades 2 in the middle of that fight excellently, as Illusion as well, pumping with his boy, holding the line here as Lemur comes in the back to recover. It's going to be such an uphill battle for Yep here, and they're not going to be able to push that fire with the timing. And just like that, DIA take the match. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to try to deal with it, because it's like Chef was saying, if they don't really get on the point, it is going to be hard for them to get there on DGL's side. Like if Mud doesn't really like prioritize controlling that area.
Here we are. We see how our teams are, and actually interesting to see it's Pomu on Zeph, not on the Bishop like we were expecting. Spade taking that. Jang is on Saros as we expected, and then Dingo rounding it out onto Krista. While the other side, I don't think there's anything that's too unusual. Maybe not having Savvy onto the Oath is a little bit of a surprise, but I think Savvy or Nugs, they easily can swap back and forth onto that Oath.
Yeah, BFC's instantly trying to make sure that they step on the point here.
Looking for that early control, as we were talking about. This first map not looking too nice towards DGL, just because it's harder for them to control a lot of this, but they are getting pushed in. Zeph, nade missing in the back line, trying to go for the swap, and they get a little bit of damage, but they forced off BFC from the base camp for now. DGL have Nugs now in this corridor as he's taken down by the second win, trying to get away, but way too much follow-up with a swap away from Mud, but the chase down. Anomaly and then Singularity trying to burst and get a return while Madly's trying to heal back up and missing the salvage hook. Means that is going to be only Mud left. And too much lockdown, almost the turnaround there from Mud as he's trying to fight 1v3, swapping back, getting chased down while everyone is resurrected on BFC's side.
You know, they don't have control of the point, though, on BFC. Oh, Pomu's going back.
There it is. It was only a matter of time before they realized and go, oh, yeah, that's right. We could chase down the kill if we want to, but instead,
secure tier 2 armor.
secure the tier 2 armor, so that way Mud can't pull off a miracle. He almost was able to find that with the Singularity over Abyss, but it was
that would have been crazy.
That would have been the miracle of all miracles for DGL in that first round.
I see we have some allergies here. Lots of sneezing happening.
BFC back in control of base camp early, and DGL this time rolling low again. A lot of open space, not really what they want to play around. Nugs was trying to go for the push in with the spin dash, but it's going to be a second win, breaking the shield and getting a lot of damage, but they've been able to force off BFC from the point. The AGL surviving the initial push from BFC, but still, Nugs is low and has a broken armor and shield while Madly's taking the brunt of the damage, trying to get the heal back up with a swap away. DGL, this time they're in full retreat. Savvy's taking a little bit too much damage, taken down. No sniper, no tank. It's only Madly and Mud trying to fight back, and now with Madly so low, trying to heal back, the chase there and missing the swap as he's pushing forward with the jetpack, but second win will turn it around and make sure it's only DGL's Mud, the last remaining member again, as he swaps over to Jang's position. Singularity locking down, might be able to get one, but afterwards, what are you going to be able to do? That's one more swap, and again, Mud delaying the inevitable. I feel bad.
You know, it is really just a shame, though, because, like, I really do see the dream with the Hudson. They've got the Void to mobilize them. But it's just looking like BFC is just really prioritizing poking down that Oath shield, and it's really making it hard for DGL.
And this is kind of why I'm just harping so much on like the low rolls for DGL here. This composition thrives when there's a lot more of these corridors like we see here, where teams are forced to play into them. They can't really find that open space to get around the fights easily. They have to go for very unique angles. Instead, it's going to be DGL who are able to push onto Jang, but Jang was able to get the level 2 armor, and then the push back, getting a lot of damage onto Madly, but Madly turning it around second win, then Singularity, locking down Spade. 3v2, a swap to try to stomp onto Spade, while the rest of DGL try to chase down. Madly's back up into the fight, while they might be able to get Spade on the other side. Palmu could not stick the wisps. He's forced off, and DGL have wrestled control of the base camp away so they can get the kill on the other side onto Dingo, leaving only Palmu left so Madly can push forward with the jetpacks and get rid of Zeph from the point.
Wow, that was really well played by Madly there in the beginning. I don't know if you saw, but he took a really nasty flank where it looked like he was very vulnerable, and he kind of baited BFC into pushing him, but then his team showed up there and was able to just really salvage the situation so quickly.
And now gets a tied score. Oh, not tied score, sorry. It's I haven't updated the thing. I have to update that. It's a 2-1 lead still for BFC. DGL are struggling just a little bit, but getting this role again, another map that's going to be favorable to them, where teams are going to be forced into these corridors to fight against them.
I'm liking this passing from DGL, trying to take this north side up here. These corridors like you were talking about. Uh-oh, that is really bad positioning from Nugs.
But Nugs was able to get back with the rest of the team, so might be able to heal up. A lot of that armor has been chipped away, while Savvy was the one tanking up a little bit too much damage, so Palmu trying to chase down to confirm the kill, but then putting himself in a bad spot, forced away. Singularity doesn't lock down Jang. It needed to lock him down and blast off while it missed Mud. It is Dingo in the back line, trying to turn it around. Nugs slamming down the hammer onto Dingo. 3v3, both whiffs in danger. Dingo might be alive, and Madly, he's been pushing up. He's been the mad lad this whole time, trying to push back BFC, but he's flanked from too many angles with a burst coming in from BFC to take back control, denying DGL that victory.
Damn, that was so chaotic. They really almost turned that around there after the oath got popped out of place in the beginning.
It was close for DGL. Like you said, Madly was really starting to step up in that one too. It looked really good for the team, but I think the biggest problem was that they just started getting flanked on too many angles. They played into the open nature that base camp had into it. That actually is their detriment. We even see here, this is a very open one again for DGL. They've sent Madly on the flank to hope that nobody's going to be able to get behind this Hudson, but that meant that Nugs was taking way more attention, and he's taking a lot of damage. Then the push back in from Mud, missing the Singularity. Spin dash onto Jang as they try to swap away, keeping Mud alive, but Madly has been pushed back and surviving only by the skin of his teeth, trying to heal back up, and then they take down Savvy Hero with a Vortex Charm combo. Punch back on to Nugs, and then Madly trying to get the spin barrels to land on anybody, but that salvage hook didn't get enough damage. It's ripping apart Palmu, but he's not healing up what he needs to stay alive. While DGL, they resurrected one. They're losing too many others as they've just gotten back on their feet. Nugs hit by one more charm, leaving only Mud one again.
I really like that call out from you there, saying that Madly's trying to flank on the bottom side so people can't get behind him, but it's still just so hard not having the oath with him. He just as soon as they realize that the Hudson's by himself, they just all try to run him down.
Oh, as we see right now,
clean kill from Mud.
Mud. Oh, no way, Mud. There's no way. There's no way Mud wins this. The portal's kind of trolling him a little bit on the rock, but he was able to take down Palmu. Now swapping back. Keep in mind, that base camp still hadn't been taken. There's some time left, and Mud is attempting his damnedest to get in position, but with the overtime gone, that is another point for BFC. One away from victory.
I really think, this is a low roll map again, I think.
Actually,
don't
I
know.
think this one's a little bit better. The only problem
I guess that's fair.
I think is going to be that there are more areas for BFC to get around Madly on, but they do have these corridors that we were talking about before. Unfortunately for them, they aren't throwing down too much, so already that level 2 armor for BFC missing the Hawk and missing some of that damage. Barbed Wire's a little bit too late. While they do get a lot of damage on a Dingo, Dingo is able to get back with the rest of the team. Madly trying to chase this down. Pushed back by the Haymaker. Then the swap into the middle of 3. While Palmu beating Savvy in the duel on the other side. Strike down and losing out on your sniper. While Dingo might be taken down by Mud. Could be a good trade. But Nugs is in the middle of 3 still.
Wow.
So BFC... they do lose Dingo, and now Mud has shown up. They've got to get this base camp back from BFC, but they're struggling as they slowly push in. Madly's been hit by the Haymaker again, but now they've got rid of Spade, making sure he's not going to be able to get away too easily. And Palmu, Jang, they've been separated from their Bishop. Nugs putting down the shield, body blocking the best he can, while Mud was hoping to be able to get the Unstable Matter and the Anomaly, but not going to be able to land anything. Instead, it's only Spade down, and time's ticking to DGL. They've got to get on the base camp, and they are low on health and armor, putting down one more Unstable Anomaly.
They're gonna have to start prioritizing this camp here.
Yeah, there it
Everyone
is.
was sitting on the camp.
I was about to say, they heard the 10 seconds. They've sent Mud back. But does Jang try to go for the full send? Throws down the Sun and does steal it away barely for DGL to get the point.
If Palmu had that just a little bit sooner, imagine knocking them off there.
Would have been big, but
It would have been really big.
sometimes Arena, it comes down to those very seconds. And DGL, they hold on hope, but they still got 3 more to win in a row. While BFC, they've got a lot of luxury. They only got to win 1 more to claim total victory. And Nugs is already pushing forward. We see Mud on the other side was looking for the flank onto Jank. He's above him.
Huge
None noticed, but
damage
they've already
here.
got control of the base camp. Again, the level 2 armor going to BFC. DGL struggling to crack the defenses of BFC. They've sent Hawks. They've sent everything. They've sent Nugs to try to see if they can get into the back line. But the damage just not sticking. Palmu healing that back up every single time. Well, now Nugs again getting the push onto Savvy. They're able to take the portal to get away and then get the root onto Madly. No spin barrels, but the base camp, it's been pushed back. They've got to lock down that as Nugs tries to go for the missile breaker into the back line. Getting a lot. Palmer's gone. No, Nugs is the one gone. While Spade goes right over Madly. Spinning barrels, ripping them apart. 1-for-1 trade. The whiffs are going to be gone, and it's going to be the swap away. Trying to bring back up Nugs. They need their tank, but they are not on the base camp. Madly's taking too much damage now into whiffs for himself. While Nugs might have been resurrected. They don't have control of what they need. They need to push back. They've got Madly once more, but now you've got to fight valiantly to defend the base camp. You wrestled away from BFC, and Palmer's trying to land any rockets in the back line. Just needs to be able to get the Vortex Charm. Spinning forward, not landing it. Getting Mud's damage, but then the damage onto Spade. While Jang taken down by the Abyssal Breaker. Spade's gone, but look at how low the damage is and how low the health is for DGL.
1
While
second
BFC,
left. Wow.
they're getting ripped down.
Oh
Palmu
my
couldn't get on in time. DGL will keep this going.
Wow, that was just really huge from Nugs there. He managed to create so much space. It was such an aggressive play, but it really worked out for them because like they were able to disrupt the enemy team and completely like knock them out of their place there. It was a war of attrition after that point. Everybody was low on pods.
And the DGL, they ain't done just yet. 4-3 game. BFC, again, just need that one. They've got the luxury, but it is starting to get a little bit more dicey for them. Nugs tries to push in again to get BFC off the base camp a little bit earlier. Seeming like they have that confidence back into DGL. Feel that they are confident with the plays, but they're not together. Nugs hadn't gone for the spin in, but the singularity locking down Dingo. There goes the burst mage for BFC. Base camp in the sights of DGL. While Dingo tried to hop his way back to the rest of the team, they've sent Spade up instead to try to get base camp control and get onto the respawn. Well, it's going to be almost finding the sunburst. Almost was able to get the back line, but not quite. 2v3. BFC winning Vortex Charm, landing. Shang throwing down the damage, but couldn't get the kill. Right behind the rocket. Then the portal picks up Madly. Shang might have just done it while Palmu in the 1v1 beating Nugs. 2v3. BFC take down DGL.
Close game, wow.
Light work from Palmu, I guess.
Palmu and Jang. Got to give a lot of credit to both of them.
I know both of them were just eviscerating them there. That was crazy.
Like, genuinely thought that that was a DGL victory. I thought we were going to a tiebreaker match where it was all going to be on the line. And then Jang, Palmu...
14 knocks. 14 knocks.
absolutely insane performance from that Zeph player. I mean, Palmer too, I'm more known, like, especially lately, has been playing a lot more of the Oath, but really good player, really has grown in the scene and kind of showing their skills right there.
Let's go, baby. Round 5 of our Arena Draft Round Robins North America Friday night. Let's go, baby. We got TWT coming back in the action. Love spectating this team. We've got a couple of games in with him now. So Krillo on the Bounty Hunter Carbine, Quiz on the Zeph, game over on that Firefox with Lord Vader on the Jewel. Taking a look at the side of BOB, Jimmy on the Krista, Dill0nfps on the Myth, Rich on the Shiv with Coyote on the Aluna as Lord Vader looks for that entry. We saw it so much in the previous games. It's huge damage coming through as they get 1, get 2 here. Dylan looking to trade 1 back, but it's not going to be enough as Lord Vader finds 1 more shift through, 2 down on the south side, but Bob does get a trade here. Krillo down, now 2v3, game over, looking to continue the pressure, not give them any room to breathe. Looks like Quiz probably looking to play around the Krillo Wisp as Lord Vader gets another one through, looking so strong on this Jewel today, just pumping the damage, and BOB kind of crumbling to the pressure there right off the bat from the Jewel entry. Actually doing a pretty good job, I'm not going to lie, kind of recovering and trading back. We saw Dylan almost able to make something happen on the south side here, 1 arrow away, but Lord Vader gets the shift through. All right, both teams looking to find this early fire position. Fire big advantage here because you are going to get that armor upgrade. Again, Lord Vader with the R&B shift insta onto Rich. Just no breathing room from the side of Vader here. He is just going off on this Jewel. 1, 2, 3. You cannot stop this man, as just like that, the only member left from BOB is Coyote here, and you can't even really fault BOB. This is just Lord Vader going off. Like, like that was just, I couldn't even really see what happened there. It was just 1, 2, 3. You know, the rest of TWT doing a great job to follow up, but man, Lord Vader making it happen on this Jewel. And we saw like one of the few Jewels left out here. Not many people sticking with her after those iframe adjustments a few months ago. And so you do love to see, you know, the Jewel pop off. Ooh, maybe not if you're Bob here though, because they took so much pressure from it last round. It looks like they're having a good round here, able to maybe trade some of that pressure back, but Dylan is going to get caught a little bit out front as Blue does get the kill through. They're looking to get Rich as well on the south side. Super low, but game over, gets taken out. So Bob has momentum here, and Rich lives to the north side. They're still at 4. So just like that, TWT down to Krillo. And Bob, let's go. Take a round very decisively there. Really nice recovery off of what was looking like a little sketchy. We saw big pressure out from them early, and it looked like TWT was maybe going to be able to reverse it. And Bob said, no way, we're going to lock this win. We see Rich early flank here on the south side. Looks like TWT isn't going to spot it out yet. He has the angle. Remember, we did see that reduction in vision. Rich is in, almost gets the double bola, does get the double shift shot. It's going to be enough maybe to take out Quiz here on the Zeph. Zeph getting isolated, tries to, oh, it's a huge ultimate coming through from Quiz to live somehow. Oh, and is going to get taken out from Jimmy, burning the ultimate to lock down that Zeph. So they trade kills on the other side as well. BOB the ones under pressure as game over positions for the Quiz res. Coyote coming to help, trying to answer, push that off. Oh, and the spike comes through for Vader, gets Coyote there, or Coyote goes down as well. And so now just going to be Rich as TWT take their 3rd round in this super fast-paced best of 1 here. BOB need to find an answer back here. They need to put us to a 2-3 to stop this TWT momentum. We've seen they can do it. Can they put it together here? TWT kind of getting this fire position for free so far. Coyote trying to not let that happen, but we've seen Lord Vader getting these successful flanks. Rich almost able to replicate it last round. Not quite able to get the bola through for the multiple kills that he maybe needed. Krillo looking to follow up with that bounty hunter Q, rips out the R, not going to be enough damage to follow up as Jimmy gets healed up, but Lord Vader answers as Dylan is down, Rich is down as well. Dylan gets ulted from the Aluna, really nice res through. Aluna has the Wisp on the other side, so double res here coming through from the side of Coyote. Really nice heads up play to keep Bob in it, but it's just too much damage pressure coming out from the side of TVDT. Coyote's doing it though, he can get a third res here, not quite able to keep the dream alive as Rich almost recovered there as Coyote gets taken down, and Dylan will be the final member eliminated. So TWT chaining together a couple more rounds here, putting them at this quick 4-1 against BOB. Bob needs to find an answer here. This is match point. All of a sudden, these best of ones go so quickly for the side of TWT. Here we go, positioning over fire here. Game Over and Vader on the flank. Vader terrifying with these flanks. Game Over having some massive ultimates on that Firefox as well, doing so much pressure to split the fight. Rich is in onto Krillo. They almost have the kill as Lord Vader looking to trade. He actually ults back as we see Rich daggering all the way back. A really nice juke there off the entry. Jimmy looking to trade big on the front line. Gets Game Over down. Can't quite get Quiz. Krillo pushes him out, but Rich trades on the top side, going for the double res. He needs it so badly. Gets Zeth graded in. Huge heads up play by Quiz to force Rich off of that res. And now Rich on the back foot as Quiz Game Over. Try to push it. Jimmy looking to follow up. Help the homie. If he can get Quiz here, it's going to be huge. Put him into the 2v2. Rich trying to follow. Rich gets it, but at the same time, Jimmy is taken out in answer. So Krillo versus Game Over. Krillo and Game Over versus Rich here. Rich trying to keep the dream alive for the side of Bob. Can he do it? He cannot. And so TWT putting together a couple violent series of rounds there to prove they are the superior team on the day in the best of one. GG's to Bob though. We saw they could definitely get the rounds through. They had one come their way. We saw a couple really close ones, but in the end, TWT, too much pressure. Let's go.
I believe in them. I believe in both teams.
It's gonna be a hype one.
I'm
Wait.
excited.
You can't believe in both teams though, because only one of them can win. Trust me, that is the worst thing about being a caster is I want everyone to do well. I don't care as long as everyone has fun. That's the most important thing. But when it comes to competitive, only one team can win. And right now, LST, they're the first team in control of the base camp, but Aphios took a lot of damage in order to do so, which leaves Not pushing slowly back the defenses of LST. RKT attempting to go in the back line, almost finding that, but look at that healing onto City, and then the damage that was put back onto Kingpin. Shiv almost was able to find the flank. RKT, though, will take Zen out, while base camp control, HKD has been sitting on the point this whole time. LST, they might have been able to get the kill onto Zen. They lose out on the tier 2 armor as Not have City still pushing with a nice pull. Slam down to take down one more victim.
Wow, I'm really liking this from LST. This is spicy.
30 seconds.
Got
It's nice to see them actually like managing to split up NOT.
I agree, and now Not trying to heal back up, but they are at a disadvantage. Two of their members not having the green armor. Aphios taking a little bit too much damage as Zen was trying to get into the back line. They put down the Cinder's Embrace. Is going to be able to get a double stun, ripping them apart. They've already lost RKT, which is going to be a loss on your flank. Trying to get control of the base camp again, missing that pull, and now it's Summon Napalm. It will force off Not. Look at the damage on his Zen as he was trying to get away. Barely will he be able to escape with a blink, but a pull, no, not landing. Now with damage and the sudden death has been committed, they've gotten rid of Flow. Base camp control. They brought back RKT. He's trying to get into the back line with the slams down, but it's only two left, and now leaving Aphios alone. Game 1 for Not.
Yeah, that was so hard. They should have tried to have somebody mark the res, but it's really so hard against the Eva. She can just sit there with her orbs.
Exactly. And if Eva's not your first one that you're taking out, you just see what she's able to do and how much she's able to heal up the team. Flo is aiming for HKT every single time, but sadly, HKD has been reading these plays, ready for it, but nice max range pull! Not getting the slam, though! HKD was able to get away while base camp controlled the Not, Afios blast off defensively, getting back to the rest of LST, but not, despite losing Eva in that pull, don't actually lose anybody, and then they can push back up as Zen getting so much control back onto LST. LST find no way that they can really start pushing up. They're almost grasping at straws here as they try to enter into the corridor that's been controlled. Sinner's Embrace dodged away by RKT, but so much damage has already been put onto LST that they are struggling to find their ways back into these fights. Tsunani surviving. A nice punt into the wall, but Tsunani bursting him down will trade 1 for 2. Better look for not. But Summon Napalm almost was able to get rid of the armor while RKT holding on to desperation, trying to get the Wisp back up, but time is ticking, and they've got the Shock Trap drone and the second win, finding a max range RKT, as RX has no way out of this one. Another point to not.
Dang, that's just too bad. That pull on the Eva early was just so hype, but she managed to shift out of that stun.
And then there's another pull later too that you see from Flo that he was able to land as well, that Tsunani completely disengages from to survive. I think the biggest problem right now for LST is even if they're getting these pulls, they have to make sure they're all on point.
They have to go in.
Exactly. They have to
go in as soon as they get that hit.
And this is a good
Flo's
start.
Looking.
Getting damage, but Oars of Argus already healing back up. Not Tsunani is going to be forced away as we see they were attempting to get into the back line. RKT now split away. Didn't have the clone to get to safety.
They get point control though on LST.
It is getting close though. They've got to stick the landing. They've got to make sure they hold on to it. They've got the tier 2s, but at what cost? Because they're too low. Flo's gone. And now with only 2 alive, Afios completely splits from the team to go for the res, hoping that RX is going to get a lot of attention from Not. But not instead of going for the full send onto RX. They're going for the base camp, splitting up their attention, allowing LST that time to get the respawn off.
I actually think that they should be able to get the beacon off here. I
Yes.
spot a lot of time there.
Yeah, they'll get that, but it is going to be base camp for Not. They'll take that.
That's
They'll have
true.
tier 2 armor. Only Afios has the tier 2 armor now for LST.
I also think LST are pretty low on pots now. I think RKT doesn't even have any left.
I don't think so either. And you can see the defenses have already been set up by Not. LSC trying to spot it out. Afios blasting forward. They didn't spot Zen though, and Zen has all the time in the world to jump onto RX, but not going to be able to execute the damage. Fusillade bursting down, but the time is what ran out. And it's going to be a 3-0 lead for Not.
Really clean performance so far from Not. Just making sure Zen is marking the heck out of Flo on that KP. As soon as he sees that stun and the hook go down, he's just going in and rolling all over him.
So for
That's
LSC,
really Shiv's favorite matchup.
I'm just worried how they're going to get back into this one. We saw before that DGL, they started falling behind. They almost had that miracle run. They were winning a lot of those ones in the row at the end, but it just takes one mistake at that point, and then everything starts to fall apart, and that's what happened for DGL and LST. Find themselves in a very similar position. Shock Trap has already locked him down. The back in with Sinner's Embrace. Didn't lock down the stuns, but it was able to at least get Afios out of position while he has the Haymaker punch and a lot of bursts of damage. But look at how much healing's been done on the other side by HKD. RKT trying to get on the city, but he's able to push him away with the second win. They're chasing this down though, committing too much because there's going to be a trade of 1 for 2. RKT over the abyss, surviving, but RX now puts himself way too far out in danger, and he'll die while the base camp was taken by Afios. RKT trying to heal back up while you see that Not are already on the base. This is going to be Not again pushing back LST and taking control of base camp for everyone to have level 2s.
Yeah, again, I feel like it's another case of the tier 2, but at what cost, you know? Because they push onto that base camp, they manage to cap it, they create all that space with their dive, but Not's just able to recover. Nobody dies.
And now,
Happening.
match points. LSD have to win 5 in a row if they want to even take this back, which means they cannot mess up even once. Not. They've got a lot of luxury. A pull to drag back Afios while second win had been used.
No.
Afios might be able to heal up. It actually could be the saving grace here because they need that Bishop to be healthy. A lot of damage on Zen. Even with Arcane Railgun, it wasn't enough. Too many orbs have been put down already by Not. They're sticking to the base camp.
Afios costs already down though. This is gonna be really hard.
And RKT wasn't able to find that flank. They get a little bit of damage. They separate the Zen, and they try to see if they can get HKD, but he beckons them forward to drag back Flow. And with low health on Appios, as you were talking about, going to be difficult for them to re-engage themselves. They're pushed back. They cannot get anything. And Tsunami full sending it to take down RX. Even if he trades his life, it is going to be the Wisp attempt on each side. Beckon barely not connecting, but it's going to be the Vortex Charm that lands. Sadie getting a lot of damage to take out RX, while Appios has no pods and has no armor. RKT is on the respawn beacon, but now you're fighting against 4 members that are surrounding you. And RKT, even as Jin finds one, first one, fuse one, tries to juke it around, but too much damage out of Shiv. Well, we see that there's Lone Bishop and the match point for naught.
No, no pots. No pots in the dream.
I don't know what Appios can do here. Even with these respawn beacons, they're getting defended by naught. City spotted him out, punt into it with the blast off too, but so little health and armor. A 5-0 sweep for naught.
Yeah, that is just, I mean, I don't want to say it, but it feels like a draft diff here. Because it's just, I don't know. I really, really like LST's comp. Like, I want it to work so bad. It's so spicy. But they have no sustain. So once they use their pots and lose their armor, there's, like, no chance of really recovering a fight if they don't just completely roll them, you know?
Only Vive, baby, as we're coming into round 5 of our best of 1 round robins North America Arena Draft Tournament. Let's go. BFC facing up against DIA this round. We've seen DIA looking pretty strong with the EVA setup, and it looks like they are coming right back into it with that setup as well. Diamond on the brand new hero. Carbine, the bounty hunter. We got Illusion on the Ghost. Lemur on the EVA. Phantom on the Shiv. Taking a look at the side of BFC. Pamu on the Oath. Spadestorms on the Zeph. Dingo on the Firefox, switching up from the Ghost earlier, and Jang sticking with that Saros, looking to pump huge damage from a range, as Phantom looking for the entry actually onto Jang in the backline. Dingo helping his boy out, finds the answer. Diamond looking to trade as well. Oh, Spadestorm's getting grenade, I think, caught there by Illusion. So much damage traded out instantly from the Ghost there, and so is going to get taken out. BFC now on the back foot in the 4v3. DIA playing it slow, not over pushing here, kind of like their comp likes to play. So we see Lemur peel back, go for the fire. It looks like they might be okay even. Okay, so we have Dingo up here looking for the res with Pamu. Diamond's chasing it. That's probably going to be their best bet, as Jang going to get isolated out here from Phantom Illusion, looking for the quick cheeky recall. They spot it out though, going to force him off of that. So he is going to get caught in the spike, but it's going to be up to Pamu and Dingo to make it happen on this top res. They weren't able to get there in time. Looks like Diamond actually finding a nice angle to kind of cut them off, and Lemur makes it up here as well. And so going to get an ulti out from Lemur. Both members caught in it, kind of going to get, you know, in a spot where you can't really go anywhere. If you're forced across that wall, you get stunned. Otherwise, you got to kind of hang out. Wasn't going to matter as the rest of the team follows up. So nice round 1 coming through there for the side of DIA. Looking strong already. BFC looking to answer back here, trying to get a little more early fire vision. Wonder if Jang looking to poke these orbs with that long range shot. Chip them away, try to keep Lemur. Ooh, flank almost coming through from the Shiv there, but BFC spots it out. They answer. Dingo takes a bit of damage in return, but both kind of recover here as we see the vibe coming through. And it's really up to the side of BFC to make something happen here. If they don't get an instant kill just like that, Spadestorms and Pamu with the combo get Phantom and Diamond just like that. And so DIA on the back foot, only 2 members left. BFC round to win here as Jang and Pamu follow up on Illusion. One shot. Lemur looking to peel, maybe be able to keep his boy alive if he gets some orbs out, but is it going to matter? BFC at full force, go for that fire. You know, playing it slow as well. Both these teams not getting super thirsty, not over committing. They know they have time to make this happen, make it clean. Spadestorms maybe anticipates the nade there, finds the angle where he won't get stunned. Well played. Trading damage, really nice damage from Illusion coming out here, kind of forcing all of BFC back as they continue to play around this beacon. Illusion and Lemur really doing work, but BFC not going to let it happen as they are able to find both kills. Looks like Spikes traded on the left as Jang, Pamu, and Spadestorms find the final kill on the right. Take the round, putting us at 1-1. Let's go, baby. I love this map because of this, the instant whoosh out. Ooh, so a little bit of a trade to long range there. Couple stuns coming out, but not going to mean much yet. Lemur looking for something cheeky maybe with the Eva grab. Is going to see the ult out there with double orb. Putting a lot of damage out. Diamond gets the follow-up with Phantom. So they are going to take out Pamu. And Spadestorm is taken out as well. So Dingo has to ulti out. Trying to get the kill on the way out, but it's not going to be enough. So DIA with a nice, easy 3 there. Looking like they're going to be able to take round 3 of this match. It's just going to be Jang left trying to play for this beacon. But going to be a really tough ask on the Saros. Be taking a lot of pressure here, not gonna be able to do much with the shift down, so is gonna get taken out there. DIA grab their second round. All right, 1-2. DIA answer the answer here. We've traded round for round so far. Can BFC continue the pattern here? Grenade coming out into Diamond. Diamond shifts forward, doesn't care. Pamu with the Bright Shield pushes him right back, and DIA just gets deleted on that entry as BFC answers. Really nice Bright Shield from Pamu, and the rest of BFC following up to just really punish that forward aggression from the side of DIA. And we normally don't see that kind of, you know, forward tempo from DIA. DIA playing it pretty slow. Oh, but Lemur is doing, wow. So Lemur kind of isolates Spadestorms with the orb there. Is going to get the kill through, but the rest of BFC follow up on Diamond at the same time. So in the end, not going to matter. BFC take the round. Really nice answer there from the side of BFC. So our trend continues. A 1, a 1, a 1, a 1. Putting us at the 2-2 here. All right, crashing on the high ground. A little bit of forest down here. I'm a big fan of this map. A little extra terrain compared to normal. A few more angles for characters like Ghost. We see that cage going out, looking for a bit of zoning, trying to isolate Dingo. But the, oh, Phantom looking for the entry off of that dagger, and it is going to go through, but they answer back with the kill. The Zeth ult from Spadestorms there, saving the day. Speaking of saving the day, the grenade catching 2 on the res. Spadestorms having a round here, carrying on this Zeth. Trying to find 3 on Lemur at the bottom here as Jang follows up from the north, is going to force Illusion off of that kill. Spadestorms collapsing back with his team. Really good comms there. Trying to play around this Wisp. Jang forces the issue as he takes Illusion out. So BFC putting together a really nice round off the back of Spadestorms. Showing us how Zeph makes the magic happen, baby. That was some nice Zeph replay. And Jang and squad following up with the damage. Nice round. Putting us at a 3-2. So the pattern has been broken. BFC all of a sudden putting together a little 1-2 streak here. Got the 3-2 as DIA now want to regain their tempo. Phantom looking for a bit of a flank. The rest of the team to the north. Pamu maybe has him split out. Phantom has Dingo maybe. Is going to commit the Fusillade. Forces it all the way into the back line. Spadestorm's not able to do enough to keep his boy alive. So the kill goes through for DIA. In the attempt to recover, Pamu trades his life as well. And just like that, DIA do answer. This match so close, actually, between both of these squads. And BFC kind of scattered for this splitter as we see Jang to the north, Spadestorms all the way to the right here. Going to try to play in the 1v2 on either side. So Lemur and Diamond pushing Jang over here. Ulti grab out from Lemur. Isn't going to be able to get much through as Jang looking just feather. Spadestorms is making it happen on the other side though. Has Illusion down. Can he get Phantom? Trying to keep the dream alive for the side of BBC in this round. And he's doing it potentially. Is the rest of DIA going to be coming here? Phantom looking to play this res angle. Oh, but the grenade comes through from Spadestorms. Oh, such a close fight in the 1v2. Spadestorms almost able to make it happen, but not quite. As Phantom able to get the kill through there. Jang's going to get the res on the other island, but with 10 seconds, it's going to have to be a miracle push here. We see these guys kind of just, you know, saying, okay, GG's, this one's over. YOLO into the abyss as time runs out and DIA get their round back. So instant answer, putting us to the 3-3. Holy, this is close. Oh, we're clashing up here. I'm gonna miss it. Phantom looking for the angle, but Dingo has the kind of grass look. He did not know he was there, so trades a bit of damage. Phantom forced out. Jang maybe getting caught by Diamond. Diamond looking to put some pressure out on that Carbine. Pamu protects, though, forcing out with the Bright Shield. We see Lemur double orb down, fully scaled here. Gonna just sustain as BFC tries to take Fire Vision, but they're taking a lot of poke from the side of DIA. DIA, you know, looking to just live here. Oh, Pamu looking for the entry, has the Abyssal Breaker out. It is massive. Phantom down. Spadestorm's trying to follow up with an ulti of his own to force him off the res. Pamu does. Excellent shift forward. Bright Shield into the wall on Lemur, puts 2 into the Wisp form. So Pamu having a round here on the side of BFC, showing why the Oath is not out of the meta. And just really nice kind of sequence, but Illusion answers back. DIA not going down without a fight. Oh, barely missing that nade. Spadestorms forces him off, gets the Wisp up, and so it looks like Diamond probably gonna get taken out on this side by Dingo, but Illusion gets another one. Illusion is going off over here. What is happening? He gets Spadestorms down. He's sticking the res. Jang trying to just play it slow, knows he doesn't need to overpush with Pamu coming. They're going to have the angle here for the flank. Pamu forces it. Nice recovery there. So Illusion making it scary over here for the side of BFC. But in the end, BFC able to clean it up, take their 4th point of this match. So we are on 4-3 here, my friends. Side of BFC, despite DIA looking exceptionally strong, BFC has found some answers here and is looking very strong themselves. So Spadestorm's recalling in with the Zeph. Diamond on a bit of a flank, but BFC spots it out. It's given DIA the chance to get this early fire position. Spadestorm's really trying to force him off of that. We see Lemur holding him with the orb there, but Spadestorms does not want to give this up for free. And the rest of DIA is kind of split, so I wonder if BFC looks for like a turn here or just tries to isolate these 2 members on the north. Either way, they got to make a call, or they don't, because Pamu just wins in the 1v1 against Phantom, takes him out, gives them numbers advantage early. All BFC does is have to live and recover here, and this whole match could be theirs. They get Diamond as well, and they're all going to be alive if they can get Jang up. So that, oh, it's so close. The nade from Illusion. Illusion is having a match here, but is it going to be enough for the side of DIA? Lemur trying to keep him alive, but it's going to get finished off by the Jang snipe. And so the Saros comes through doing what he needs to do to find the kill there, and BFC take the match after such a close series of games. BFC put 2 together in answer to the DIA 3rd point, and it's gonna just wrap it up. So GG's round 5, or best one. I think just one more round left today. Let's go. These are bangers.
All right, so get ready. The round is starting, everybody. Get your predictions in chat if you have any. For whatever chat you are a part of, calling it out for everybody out there. We got to see who people are favoring going into this last round.
I wasn't expecting Krillin on the myth, to be honest.
Yeah, a little surprising, not going to lie. Was expecting maybe the Ghost, instead having Lord Vader on that one. As LSD, they go for the first strike. We're able to get some damage onto Krello. Krello dashing forward with the phase dash, but now with Height slicing the back line. A little bit of a delayed flame shield, so not able to get any stun. Well, Toilet has the flank, gets the haymaker onto Lord Vader, but now with Height left alone in the back line, wasn't able to take down LST members. And LST were able to feign back, get themselves recollected. Only Brawl's not with them. Height's far off from the team. I'm actually not even sure what Height's doing all the way over there.
Wow, they're really winning the armor war right now on TWT2. They're just like completely shredding, poking them out of the point.
Ooh.
LST's got to find an angle to get in here.
Oh, and the rejection on that second win from Toilet. So they couldn't find the snipe onto Height. Height filling back up a little bit. Oh, they get the damage and they take down Lord Vader, but it's going to be level 2 shields on the other side. Blast off, Toilet's gone. Height's already removed from the equation with Goth Cowboy trying to get away with the bunny, grabbing the wisp. Might be able to resurrect their Bishop and try for round 2, but they put down the Shock Trap drone and then game over, jumping onto the Carbine to take down Abador. Well, LSD, they only got 10 seconds left remaining on the clock to get control back onto the base camps.
I already know this. Lilin is looking for that wisp. There's no way. Gotta touch the point. Yeah.
Ran out of time, so point number uno going over to TWT. So taking that early lead up against LST, and we're seeing that for LST. They are going to struggle a bit to get into this back line. Like, when Height goes in there, they just don't have enough that can follow him up, even with Toilet on this Bishop. You see how they were struggling to work together. It gave Team
It looks like
WT.
they're playing the same angle this time, though, at least.
Height goes a little early, waiting for Toilet. And Toilet blasts off, missing, dodged away by Krillo. But LST, they've got the inner angle onto the base camp. TWT are all grouped up. They try to push forward, but with the chains connecting from Height, who get the damage, they take out Lord Vader, but they're trying to see if they can resurrect him, and now you're gonna get the snipe on the Quiz, and then game over, taking too much damage, trying to dash away, sliced down by Height. Much better engaged to tie up the series at 1 apiece.
I mean, in the beginning there, it looked like the cannonball went wide, but if you really think about it, it split them up so well there. It gave room
True.
for Height to go back in and completely, like, just shred and get that pick.
That's a great point. 'Cause people meme on the zoning ults, but it really did zone them. It allows Height to play a lot more aggressively. And right there, Height going aggressive with the blast off, this time connecting, but it is going to be a spike on the game over. That gives the lead to LST, so Height feels a lot more confident as he slices down Lord Vader, and Quiz can do nothing. Shock Trap Jones are stunning the team of TWT. We're now on the retreat. Krillo will attempt to get the respawn. All the while, Quiz trying to get the attention of LST, but LST instead making the call to deny the respawn beacon. They've got the base camp. 2 are onto the respawn, and they've gotten on top of the beacon to deny Krillo the resurrection he needed to bring back in TWT, and Height will spike down Krillo.
That's so hard there. Krillo misses the RMB when they're pushing up on him.
That's Abador in a 1v1 duel.
What?
Oh, had to use the overkill rounds to win, but does end up winning. So another point to LST.
Height is the only player who utilizes recall like properly in this game mode, I believe.
Height, I think, is one of those players. Not only does he have great hands when it comes to the game, but he has really good macro on when it's proper to actually go for recalls, when it's good to even threaten that ability to be on top of the rest of the team. Right there, going for the initial engage, was able to get a little bit out of TWT, where they had to then split off. Already Krillo on the other side, not with the rest of his team, but the only problem was Toilet was not in the position just yet. Shock Trap Joan, double stun. They try to follow up on the Quiz. Now it's going to be Toilet looking for Krillo, but too much damage was put onto Height, so he's already having to feign back and try to get himself back into full health. Well, TW2 now onto the base camp, a blast onto Krillo. But he still has the team right in front of him while Height tried to dive in with the Shock Trap drone, getting a stun on the base camp, still holding strong. Felix with the Flame Shield and the burst onto Height. They've taken him down, but he's been picked up by the Bunny. As the fight of the Firefox did not deny. A lot of damage from Avador, trying to get the stuns onto Lord Vader, but Lord Vader was able to take him down while Height might have been resurrected. Cowboy couldn't keep him alive. Too much damage has been put down onto them, leaving only Toilet. Haymaker punch back, but the burn from game over will tie it back at 2.
Wow, that was really good from TWT there. They were really playing to mark the Bishop, so the Bishop can't split them up this time. The Bishop was like completely unable to flank there.
Like, there's so many times Toilet wanted to, and like you're talking about, they just had that information, so that Toilet never had that angle. And now we're seeing how Toilet and Height are kind of threatening to be with one another.
Oh. And just make it back.
As TWT will take the northern part of the base camp, another shock trap drone, but a little bit shy. So they're just getting rid of the walls so they can have an easier time into the hallway.
Oh, that's a big route.
It's a nice route, but he was able to get back in time. So LST, they might have been able to land some of these stuns and try to almost catch out members out of position. They haven't been able to capitalize just yet. Now Krillo might be the target, but again, able to disengage.
They're really, on TWT, they're just using such a good job of like saving their dashes and making sure that they can't get fully engaged on them.
Spike grenade did stun Krillo, but Krillo still had his team right in front of him, and we're seeing how both teams... Wait, Lord Vader got sniped down as the fight of the Firefox didn't do enough. It was for the base camp, but not for the team. So Height now onto Krillo, dodging away from the arrows, looking for the slice back, and even with that pillar in front of him, he easily takes down the target as Quiz heals up only a little bit of health and should be get sniped down by Toilet.
It's hard there because I could see Krillo is really trying his hardest to mark Height so Height couldn't go back in for the re-engage, but they managed to get the re-engage off on the other side.
And now LSD, they've taken back that lead 3-2. Close series going in this one so far. Pretty much feels like every single round either of these teams can win. It has been on a razor's edge this whole time.
Both teams are looking very clean.
It's really just on where they're going to position outside of this one and who's going to get first control. Base camp was almost taken. As again, the shock trap drones, those walls are easily toppled down as they run into them face first, just to make sure they're not going to be stunned up. It's going to be the root into the back line while Height not able to get enough damage. Toilet waiting it out. Height as well. Might have been empowered, but didn't have the team's confidence to follow him up. Now Toilet wants to be able to get the rocket into the back line. They've got him away from the base camp, but it's the ebb and flow from each team. Tug of war as each of them move backward and forth over the bog. They'll re-engage as everyone tries to disengage. Then the shock trap getting the sun into the back line, but they're going to be able to take down one. While Height looks for game over, he heals up, and even if he went nowhere with the flight of the Firefox, he survived. And then Quiz pushes back Toilet. Well, even if Cowboy's gone, Height still feels powerful to get rid of Quiz. Make it even. Abdor's low, but Toilet, he too is there. Haymaker to punch back. They've got the stun with the concussive burst, and Carrillo taking the rockets. No, he throws it back with the arrows as Height only needs one more pittance of damage while Abador fights against Krillo to beat him out, and Height will die over the abyss. 1v1 duel. The whisk gonna be attempted by Abador. Shock trap, percussive blast again onto Lord Vader. But he gets back the team, so at least two are alive for LSC, while Lord Vader tries to push up, getting damage onto Toilet. He looks for the snipe, takes down Toilet again, leaving Carbine against Ghost. Shock Trap not getting a stun. Both of them, no heals, no armor, barely any health, dodging away from the arcane rail gun is Abador. Does he decide to go for the full send? Try to go for the burst, he takes him down for another victory for LSD.
Oh, that's just really so bad. Really, really too bad there. I really think that, actually, I don't know. It's hard to say, but he didn't play Wisp there to try to get Krillo back up.
Mm-hmm.
And it might have been more advantageous for them.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things, too. Like, how much you want to play for the Wisp and then put yourself in this bad spot that you can get punished. It's
Yeah,
that
it was hard to say.
razor thin margins between the two teams as Abador nearly taking down Flame Shield, was able to lock down one, but Height, he's in that back line, and because Game Over hadn't focused on him, he thought he had his advantage, but he's still taken down. Shock Trap locking down, but no stuns. TWT push forward, looking for LST, but Height, he's back on his feet, picked up by the bunny, so they can try for round two, but TWT, they want that green armor.
They really are just trying to look for an angle in here. Oh, Height finds it.
But Height finds it, but it's already the level 2 armor. That's the problem. And then denying the flight of the Firefox. That's the big win LST needed. Denying TWT their victory to stay in the game, leaving only Krillo against the world. He was hoping for the revives, but with no one around him, he's got to pull off a miracle as myth, and he couldn't do it. LST denied the undefeated streak of TWT.
Wow, just really clean stuff, honestly. Like, there were so many times where they were trying to completely mark Height and who was on Bishop again? I forget. I'm so sorry.
Toilet.
Oh, it was Toilet. That's right. They're really trying to deny Toilet and Height out of the flanks, but the Aluna resets really honestly came in clutch, because anytime either of them went down, Aluna's able to pick them up and put them back in for round 2. You know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that is the Aluna special, right?
All right, my friends, we are entering the final round of the best of ones, at least for today. Friday night, North American Draft Arena here. Let's go, baby. So we are in our 6th round of the day. These are best of ones. We got Not facing up against DIA right into it here. So Zen on the Shiv, HKD on the Go, Tsunami on the Felix with City on the Zeph facing up against DIA, Phantom on that Carbine, Illusion on the Bunny, Diamond on the Krista, and Lemur on that Eva. We've seen Lemur showing up on the Eva pretty big today. Some really close rounds. Ooh! Gets ult grabbed through the walls. So Tsunami kind of ISO'd there. Is going to get scooped up by the side of DIA. Not now on the back foot, looking for that instant split as we see Zen going to the north as HKD and City play to the right. Lemur and Illusion looking to stop this one on the right, but it looks like Zen might have kind of had that free angle to the north. Big Zeph grenade coming through from City, catches both members, but look at that Eva healing. Just instantly back up into the grab. So much damage with Illusion there to follow up. The Bunny and Eva together is just an insane amount of sustain. And so Diamond is able to clean up Zen on the north side here as well. Nice round coming through from the side of DIA there. This healing is going to be so oppressive. Not really needs to find, you know, that crowd control open, delete someone, get the wisp down, and then they might have a chance in the 4v3. But with both these healers alive, it's going to be really hard to lock down. We see Illusion looking for the aggressive entry with the root. Lemur with another massive ult grab combo onto City. So DIA gets the delete they need. Now not on the back foot. No Zeph, no healer to sustain for them. Tsunami has to make something happen, looking for the R ultimate in. Not going to be able to get much through as Lemur looking to trade dagger out from the side of Zen. He gets taken out on the other end of that though. And look at this DIA recovery. There is just, you are going to have to work so hard to punch through this healing. The Aluna with the Eva, like, the comp is just disgusting, actually. All right, so can not find an answer here. They really need to, as they have the damage to do it. They just got to find someone kind of split out, find the crowd control, and get a kill through. Easier said than done, certainly. Look at this healing, and Lemur playing it so well with the angle. Like, as soon as they put any damage, it's just instantly traded back. Diamond looking to find Zen, kind of ice it out there with the ulti. Tsunami finds the entry. It's huge. Followed up by City ultimate, and they're able to get 2 down. Exactly what Not needs to do here. That's 3. And so Lemur, only member left. There we go. Not finding the angle off of the back of the Tsunami fly to the Firefox. Goes huge there. Let's go. So Not get around. All right, 1-2. Coming to the South Fire here. Phantom throwing the early Q. Gets that vision out, wall down. No one really has had fire tempo so far this game. Both teams kind of, you know, squaring off around it pretty well, not letting anyone position around it for free. Diamond, though, is going to kind of have that angle as we see the Aluna route. DIA sees the angle to follow. Can they? The grip, not going to be barely enough to not kill Tsunami there. He is going to be able to get a Vibro through, trying to recover. And they're going to trade one, so Illusion is down. Phantom's one shot as well. City trying to get it. He does. So Not's at 4. DIA at 2. They're forcing the issue. They push in. Lemur and Diamond just looking to live, maybe play around this Illusion Wisp. But it's going to be a tough ask in the 4v2 here. Not just looking to play it slow. Don't want to over push this. No, they still have to find a good little angle to punch through this Eva healing. It's just so strong. So look, they're playing fire. They're playing time. They get the Zeph grenade through. Tsunami follows with the pull. And just like that, they isolate Lemur. Just Diamond left. Slow and steady for the side of Not. Puts us to a 2-2. Let's go. Not's found their footing. Oh, sorry, I got a Discord ping coming in. We got a 2-2 here. Facing up over this fire. Big healing coming out on the side of DIA still, just constantly recovering. No damage sticks unless you follow up for the kill. Zen taking so much damage on the double shift entry, has the dagger out, so it is going to be just fine. Actually, Not trade so well off of that. So Tsunami with the City follow-up gets 2 down, and HKD just doing a great job pumping on this Ghost. Off of the Tsunami engagement, Lemur finds a massive ultimate double stun, takes out Tsunami, takes out City, and just like that, it's DIA's round. Holy. So it was looking so good for Not. All of a sudden, Not scattered to the wind here, as it's just going to be Zen on the top side and HKD down here looking each for a res. HKD pushed off this one. Diamond burns the ultimate, is going to force him off. So just Zen trying to make maybe a miracle happen up here. But it's going to be a tough ask. And just like that, he is taken out. Sorry, I got Discord pinged for a second. I was like hella distracted. All right, let's go. Not making a statement here. DIA will not go down quietly, though. It's like such a close round, and Not's actually doing such a good job finding gaps in this insane sustain on the side of DIA. DIA do find the early fire. They get that armor through. Root coming out onto Zen. He's going to get ISO taken out there. Diamond is going to get traded back, so we're in a clean 3v3. They're playing around with someone trying to look to recover here. Illusion is going to go in, going for the grab on Diamond. It's going to drop him, but it's going to be enough. Going to get that through. So they are going to get the res. DIA now advantage. Not knows it. Not kind of peeling back. No, they're going to have to play around something cheeky here. Looks like they're going to maybe try to retreat to a res, but they're half trying to fight this. No one really sure kind of what the call is. Oh, Tsunami looking for the old entry as he's rooted by the Illuna. Actually gets so much damage through, but they end up trading it back. Diamond takes him out there, and they instantly get HKD afterward. Just going to be City left as DIA take their 4th point here. So really nice couple of rounds coming through for the side of DIA to put them on match point. And I believe that I got distracted, but I believe it's 3-4 if I'm not mistaken. So Not needs to find a good round here, and then we're going to be on match point both sides. Illusion taking just a little bit of chip there as crew works their way in. Lemur always threatening with that orb, being so annoying, just keeping them out, you know, kind of trading their damage for nothing really as he just keeps them up. City doing a good job poking him out there, fighting through that wall. There we go. Tsunami sees the angle, in with the flight of Firefox. Big damage out of the Phantom, but Illusion rips the ulti. Diamond's the one that goes down, though. And as the ulti times out, Phantom gets taken out. So disaster for DIA, but exactly what Not need to take us to a final round here. So Illusion and Lemur on the peel. Illusion looks like trying to get left as Lemur goes south, looking for that split res. 42 seconds left. They are going to have to hurry here. Fire way to the north side as we see HKD claim it there. It looks like Illusion, instead of the split res, is going to just try to play around Lemur. Double healer, trying to make a miracle happen here for the round win, but it's not going to be enough as Tsunami takes out Lemur. The bunny's in, gets Lemur. Might be able to get the res. Such little time, though, 23 seconds. What are you going to do if you do get this through? He does get it through the res. They're just continuing to live, but it's not going to be enough in the end. As Not finds the kill, puts us to a 4-4. Let's freaking go. I knew this was the right one to dive into last. Final round of day 1 of Arena Draft. Let's go, baby. Lemur's got the orbs out, juggling them here as Phantom and Diamond trying to pump on that front line, just living through any damage they might take, staying in that orb. Ooh, and nice damage coming out on the side of Not. We see City and HKD chunked a little bit. Can DIA follow up? They don't. Not gets a bit of a reset. Gonna actually be just fine here. We see DIA over fire. They're gonna get that green armor through right now. Zen trying to stop it, but can't fight through that orb. So DIA, bit of advantage with the extra mitigation here. Also have the high ground. Tsunami doesn't care. Finds the entry angle onto an Illusion. Gets the pull. Illusion forced out. Has to vibe brew. Playing back around that orb, and it looks like they maybe have Diamond ISO. Zen looking to get the kill through as Tsunami follows. They do have the angle. Illuna ult is through. Very well timed by Illusion to sort of counter this entry, though. Potentially going to trade Diamond for free, and Not taking so much orb damage trying to stay on Tsunami there. It's actually so close to get that res, but Lemur positionally just so well with these orbs. Anytime anyone's trying to stand in a wisp, he just puts the orb on top of it, and they have to just eat so much damage for free. And Zen, last member left on Not, has to make a miracle happen there and is not. So DIA find the win. Let's go. That was actually a banger in our final match of the day. Dude, that was actually so hype. So we are going to be back tomorrow for best of 3s, best of 5s, rolling into finals after the round robin sequence today. So GG's everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. And I might just hopefully going to be able to splice this stuff in together with the other POV from Magical Stream, so we have like much better coverage of day one. So GG's everyone. Love you. Thanks for tuning in. We will catch you tomorrow.